radio and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free never sounded so good.
It's the Asheville Turkey Trot 5K and Gobble Wobble, Thursday, November 23rd in downtown Asheville. The 23rd running of this great event starts at 9:15 Thanksgiving morning with the Gobble Wobble 1 mile fun run starting at 8:30. Part of the proceeds benefit Manna Food Bank. Last year, over 2,000 runners helped create 24,000 meals for Manna during the holiday season. So before you hit the buffet, come out and hit the streets. For more information and to get signed up, go to AshevilleTurkeyTrot.com. AshevilleTurkeyTrot.com. Proudly sponsored by iHeart Media Asheville.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, check. That's check. Enter it now.
Log on now to ESPNAVL.com.
The pounding begins. The wagons are circled. Every wind is raidered. It's football time in America, and this republic has never been stronger. The Sportsocracy, Beer City's best sports talk, live from the Ingles Studio.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy on a
Football Friday.
Welcome in. We got all the fun, all the picks for you, all the ways for you to make some money. Hey, Jeremy, I won more money on DraftKings last night.
Wait, you played the showdown last
This
night?
is a streak. I'm on a winning streak. It was the
I also like to live dangerously.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, I reloaded all the buttons, so you're going to hear just a gob of sound effects today.
Yes. Let me know how loud that was, because it felt like it was really loud.
I mean, I think it blew up my eardrums, but I don't have any control over that. So that's the way this works.
That's what I'm saying. I would, like in the chat, if that was way too loud over the thing, let me know so I can adjust it.
Moderate that. That's not my job in this here enterprise.
I got it. It's the Sportsocracy, ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. I am your host, Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene's alongside as well, and we've got all of the previews for you for the weekend action in the NFL. We'll do the daily draft, where we're going this week. We got a big weekend in college football as well. 2 top 10 matchups that are just gonna it could end up where the top 2 teams just take care of business and move on, which is what I expect to happen, or we could have a massive shakeup in college football this weekend as Georgia
History tells us somebody's gonna lose.
Yeah, as Georgia and Michigan face their toughest tasks so far on the season. Get into the chat with us. Obviously, you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel. That way you can join us in the chat, get your thoughts in, and vote in the polls all throughout the program, as the house went really well in the Pick'em game last week.
Correct. It went quite nicely.
I got them at 11-3. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Wow. Good job, guys. Good job. Beat the heck out of me and Jeremy last week.
I want to be like you guys when I grow up.
Right. We'll be making our picks all throughout the program today, and like I said, you can vote in the polls as well. Get your votes in as the House of Reprehensibles. I think I just want to wait till they vote and then just go with
add what they said.
Just do what the House is doing. Last night, Thursday night football.
Some jokester took a poop in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All over my television.
Wow. That was something. Wasn't that something? Man, I watched a little. Frankly, I tried to eat my dinner and watch that game at the same time, and much like watching gross things, I don't want to do that while I eat.
Right.
So I stopped.
I mean, the highlight of the night came in the first quarter when Amir Smith-Marset took a punt return to the house, and then it was a punt fest the entire game except for one Deontay Foreman touchdown. No team broke 300 yards. It was god-awful. Mm-hmm. One offensive touchdown between them. If you played the kickers last night, except for Eddie Pinheiro, maybe, you did well. It was god-awful. 16-13. Chicago Bears beat the Carolina Panthers for the third time in franchise history. The Panthers are now 1-8.
So I have a sweeping declaration after last night.
Okay.
Which team would you prefer to hear first? Chicago Bears, Carolina Panthers?
Let's go Chicago Bears.
Tyson Bagent should be your quarterback moving forward.
Why?
I know what Justin Fields is. I do.
Mm-hmm.
There is a flow to that offense with Tyson Bagent that I don't see with Justin Fields. And if you don't believe me, listen to other members of the Bears. I noticed Montez Sweat last night talking about Tyson Bagent. And I'm not telling you he's a better quarterback. The Bears have almost a 50% chance of getting the number one pick.
Mm-hmm.
If they get number one, they'll either trade it or they'll take Caleb Williams. I can't tell you which one is better right now. Put a pin in that until April, and I'll have a definitive take on it. There's never been a quarterback in all the years I've been doing evals like this, there's never been a quarterback that I needed more information than just what you're putting on the field than there is with Caleb Williams. That being said, I feel like Tyson Bagent is something. I just don't know exactly what it is.
What do you mean he's something? Like he could be a steady starter for this team?
That's on the high side. You got to understand where this kid came from, playing at a little tiny school in West Virginia. He had never played against an NFL player before in his life.
Right.
Now he's stepped into this. He's very calm, and I see good things to the offense. By the way, I don't know why, but you run exponentially more and exponentially better with Tyson Bagent in the lineup than with Justin Fields. I don't know why that is. I have my theory as to why that is. But Chicago looks better with Tyson Bagent than they ever did with Justin Fields. I'm not saying he's a more talented player. That's not what I'm saying. If you're trying to win games, which maybe you're not, I don't know.
You shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be, but I don't know. Matt Eberflus has to know, I got 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot on a banana peel. If you're trying to save your job, Tyson Bagent will do it is more likely to do it than Justin Fields. Stephen Towle said the Bears could sign Jamarcus Russell right now, and Jeremy would say he should start over Justin Fields. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Justin Fields has his issues, but I don't think he ever lacked cough syrup nearly as much as Jamarcus Russell did.
Right.
Also, you could have put the winning lottery numbers in the back of his playbook. He'd have never known.
What do you have to do to salvage your job if you're Matt Eberflus?
I don't know that you can.
That's
short of going on a run. But this is what I continuously say about bad teams. The team wants to go one way.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Eberflus is trying to go another way because he wants to be, employed. That's a problem. That is a problem. The Bears have this problem. Because now I think there's going to be a big conflict in the building of anybody whose job is safe, and there may not be any of those. I don't know. Ryan Poles has been horrific as a GM. Anybody whose job is safe is going to want to see Justin Fields to make a decision moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Eberflus is going to want to win games, and Tyson Bagent is better at doing that right now than Justin Fields is.
Yeah. Ryan Poles, I agree with you. Dumb moves, except for picking up the number one pick next year. I mean, if that comes to fruition, he's got to get credit for that.
Does he, though?
I guess that's more of a question because I would imagine so.
Okay, well, let me look at that. Let me ask this from a different point of view. Which would you rather have if you're the Chicago Bears? Would you rather have your situation as you sit now with all the picks, but you have absolutely no idea who is your quarterback moving forward? Or would you rather have C.J. Stroud, who you bypassed, to do that? I have yet to hear one person say, hey, Ryan Poles, if C.J. Stroud's this good, why did you trade out of one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you didn't buy into it. Okay, well, that's a miss for you. But, if you're going to give him credit for the good, then you got to take the knock on the bad. If C.J. Stroud is better than Justin Fields multiplied by Tyson Bagent to the Rex Grossman power.
Yeah.
So you got to look at both of those things in an all-encompassing little ball.
Right.
And that leads me to my sweeping declaration on the Carolina Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't often make sweeping declarations on rookies until I've seen 6 to 8 to 10 games, and that's usually about where I start getting a really good feel on what it is that you're going to be. Am I saying you can't get better? I'm not. But I'm going to say what I'm saying. The next words out of my mouth, I mean it to the core of my soul, and I thought it all night last night. Bryce Young is going to go down as one of the most categoric busts in NFL history. His throwing motion has changed. At this point, he is and I don't know how much of a role this is having, and I don't know if it came from Frank Reich. Have you noticed that he throws a football at this point like like you would throw a lawn dart?
Mm-hmm.
Every ball comes out of his hand really high, and he hop skips them to receivers constantly.
Yes.
I've never seen a quarterback this good have that much of a modification to the bad side this quickly. It's getting worse every single week. I took the game film and tried to find a good play from last night. Couldn't do it. Against the Bears.
Not a single one.
And you can say, oh, it's the line. It doesn't matter. Take the clean pocket throws. It doesn't matter. Cleanest pocket he had all night long. He does that over-the-top delivery, which I feel like either Frank Reich or Josh McCown has tried to instill in him because he's so short and you don't want to get passes batted down the line.
Right.
It's fine. It's completely thrown his accuracy out the window. And I'm not seeing throws where he doesn't do it. Now you have made yourself a problem that you didn't have. I went back last night and watched the Alabama tape just to see if I could see any facsimile of that prospect out of what I saw last night, and I couldn't do it. Everything's different. Mm-hmm. His eye discipline is different. His arm angle is different. And I don't know which one of you to blame that on, but it's on one of the two of you. He didn't just pick that up. He didn't just one day go, hey, you know what I want to do? I want to throw like Joe Flacco. And all of a sudden turn myself into this horrifically inaccurate quarterback that can't make even the simplest of throws. I will never back off. Bryce Young was a better prospect than C.J. Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
What you do from there is what gets GMs fired. Because it makes you look stupid. Because right now Carolina looks really stupid that you traded up to get what you put on the field last night. You can blame the offensive line. You can blame the weapons. You can blame whatever you want to. I'm not sure this kid, as he sits right now, could be good in 7-on-7. Because he can't do the most basic things of playing quarterback. Stephen Tao asked if he's dating a Kardashian. That's a better theory than it's a better theory than I've heard at any point. And in our group chat last night, somebody asked if Andy Dalton would be better for the Panthers right now. Andy Griffith would be better for the Carolina Panthers right now than Bryce Young would be. I think you need to sit him down.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say I'm overreacting. You can say whatever you want to. If I had $1 for every quarterback I've seen develop bad habits that became lifelong, career-long issues in their rookie year, I'd buy lunch for the entire building because it happens constantly. It's the old 10,000-hour rule, the Malcolm Gladwell thing of you do anything enough times and you will become good at it. The problem is if you do something incorrectly, you will break yourself forever, and he's not doing anything right.
Right.
And I think there is a possibility after last night that Frank Reich might be one and done.
Yeah.
He looks 10 years older than he did 6 months ago.
I mean, he's been through a lot, right? He's been through a lot in the last 2 years, right? The last 3 years. All of the stress that he was under in Indianapolis, having to replace quarterbacks every season. He was playing that revolving door, and now he's in Carolina, and nothing he's done has gone right.
No.
Right? The Bryce Young pick, whether that was on him or Fitterer or Tepper, whoever it was on, that was the pick that got made, and you got to make the best of the bad situation. And you can't seem to do that right now. So much that you had to give up play calling in your offense 5 weeks into the season.
Well, the unsettling part is not what you just said. Like I said, Bryce Young was a better prospect. Any of the 32 teams in the NFL, maybe Houston can take that stance of we would have taken C.J. Stroud. I talked to people all over this league. None of them had C.J. Stroud ahead of Bryce Young. Now, you can get some analyst that says they did. I'm going to need to see receipts. But scouts didn't feel that way. So you took the more ready-made prospect, and you're actively breaking him week over week over week over week. Houston, with a rookie offensive coordinator, has taken a more the body was better, the arm was bigger, but it was unmolded clay. And they've turned him into just a beautiful piece of pottery that is leading them to wins. Carolina took a pot that was ready-made and just chucked it out a car window. And now it's in pieces that you're going to have to find a way to glue back together. And every single week you trot him out there and get him hit repeatedly. And you get to see him make these awful decisions and he starts second-guessing himself. If you went to work every day, all right, I'll use Tank as an example. Tank does the morning show on 570 WWNC here in Asheville, and he does our show. So he hosts it, and he runs all the buttons. Mm-hmm. If you were just randomly like, what's happening? If you did that every single day, would it not over time make you really gun-shy to do anything?
Yeah.
That's where Bryce Young's at.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps making mistakes over and over and over and over again, and now he's gun-shy. To the point of he will not throw a ball downfield, whether anybody's open or not. It doesn't matter. And every day you're breaking it just a little bit more.
Right.
And you get to a point where Humpty Dumpty can't be put back together again.
So is it best for the development of Bryce Young that he gets he gets sat down, he gets benched? Bring in Andy Dalton, see what you can make out of this, because we need to win as many possible games as we can.
We don't
want that pick to be good.
I have a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to sound a little crazy when I say it, but I mean it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd fire Frank Reich right now.
Right now.
9 games in, I don't care. You ain't it, and I know it.
And make a Giro Avero.
That's exactly what I would do. Because I got a ton of questions last night of, is he as good as he was advertised? Well, the people I talked to in the league, they believe so. They believe he is. You're regressing him too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what nobody's talking about with Frank Reich. You're making all of these really bright coaches that have succeeded in other places, they're getting dumber with you too.
Yep. You either hand it over to him or you hand it to Jim Caldwell or whoever.
I've seen a staff do this one time. One time in all the years I've been covering this league. And when I say it, you're never going to be able to unsee it. Bobby Petrino.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only time I've ever watched a team regress like this every single week. And he had 1 foot out the door the entire time he was in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
That was just passing through. How many games did he last?
12?
11.
Yeah.
It's a bold strategy, I get that. And it's not going to look great.
Mm-mm.
You know what else doesn't look great? The fact that the number 1 pick in this draft, which is probably going to fetch almost double what you got last year or you gave up last year for one, that would have been yours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird. You know who's in this draft? The best receiver I've ever graded, ever. And you gave that up.
Yep.
There's no good look here. There's not a soft landing. There's nothing you can do that's going to make all of you not look like buffoons. It doesn't exist. But at some point, you got to pull the plug and go, this is a laughing stock. You're the laughing stock of this league, and it's not close. You just played a team that I, honest to God, don't know if they even have a playbook. And yeah, the score was close-ish. Watch the game. It wasn't close. I never at any point thought the Carolina Panthers were better than the Bears. You might accidentally back your way into a tie, even if you hit the Eddie Pinheiro field goal from 59 yards, which, by the way, anybody that thought Eddie Pinheiro could hit that, you're a moron.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in this league for an extended period of time, and the fact that Frank Reich went, yeah, let's do that, that just tells me how completely out of touch you are.
Well, it's just desperation, right? You get to a point where you're just absolutely desperate and you have to try something.
Well, there's a difference in desperation and stupidity.
True.
So, hold on. Stacey Turvin said, I'm trying to smooth over my bad analysis of taking Bryce Young over Stroud, Richardson, or Levis. A, I loved Will Levis. B, I still wouldn't have taken Bryce Young over Anthony Richardson. And C.J. Stroud, okay, you want to say I missed that? If you put Bryce Young in Houston and C.J. Stroud in Carolina, this would look very similar. That's not bad analysis. You watch the tape, Bryce Young was a better prospect than C.J. Stroud. That's just the way it is. You don't agree? You don't believe me? Ask anybody that works in this league. We'll all tell you the exact same thing. It might be off the record because it makes you look bad. I'm just willing to get out in front of it and say, yeah, this didn't go my way.
Mm-hmm. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Asheville Championship returns to Harrah's Cherokee Center in Asheville November 10th and 12th. This year's field is the best yet. The Clemson Tigers, Maryland Terrapins, Davidson Wildcats, and the Blazers of UAB. 4 exciting matchups with a champion to be crowned in one of the premier early season tournaments in college basketball. For more information and to get your tickets, go to AshevilleChampionship.com. That's AshevilleChampionship.com. It all starts in Asheville November 10th and 12th. Proudly sponsored by Ingles Markets.
Running a small business is no small task. At Home Trust Bank, we work hard to prepare businesses for whatever tomorrow may bring. Your dreams are our business, and we have local experts who can help you plan for a successful future. Dependable guidance you need and service you'll appreciate. At Home Trust Bank, we take your small business banking personally. Visit your local Home Trust branch or anytime at htb.com. Member FDIC.
We're back counting down to kickoff. Let's look at today's 3 keys to premium pre-gaming with Beast Unleashed, presented by Monster Brewing. Number 1, beat the heat.
Unleash the beast with bold, familiar flavors, 0 caffeine and 0 sugar.
Number 2, running the option.
There's 4 to choose from: White Haze, Peach Perfect, Scary Berries, and my personal favorite, Mean Green.
And number 3, at 6% ABV, Max Protect.
Always drink responsibly, and you must be 21 or over.
Beast Unleashed, available at your local retailer.
Black Friday is Dell's biggest sale of the year. Get limited time deals, free shipping, and huge savings on laptops like the XPS 13, engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand, the best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
Are you ready to take your financial well-being to the peak of excellence? Hey everybody, it's Chris Angel from Mountain Credit Union. Summit Personal Checking is a high-dividend checking account designed to elevate your financial goals to unprecedented heights. Prepare for a financial experience that combines exceptional benefits, competitive returns, and unparalleled convenience, all in one powerful account. Rates subject to change. Restrictions apply. Visit mountaincu.org or stop by any of our local branches to learn more about this limited time offer from your local credit union. At Mountain Credit Union, we're here for you because we're here with you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Sportsocracy.
You were just dumber than a bag of hammers.
Back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. And man, Jeremy, how you miss so bad? How you miss so bad on a quarterback like that?
I absolutely
Mr.
hate.
Infallible.
I never said I was infallible. But, you know, it's weird how people always want to go down the, well, you're stupid and you missed. Well, A, we all miss at some point.
Mm-hmm.
B, if you can't see the difference in the offensive line that you have C.J. Stroud behind right now, the weapons he's throwing to, how many weapons that Houston has right now would be the number 1 receiver in Carolina? Adam Thielen's a slot guy. So I'm talking about how many of these guys would be your number 1 outside receiver?
2 of them.
I'd go 4.
Tankdale and Nico.
Tankdale, Nico. I would go John Mechie. I would also go Robert Woods. That's how bad what you're putting on the outside is. Dalton Schultz, you got a tight end that's anywhere near that?
No.
No. Do you have a running back that's anywhere near the talent of Dameon Pierce? And they're barely even using him.
No.
Devin Singletary would be the starter in Houston. That's one of those things that's real easy for people to say when you watch Bryce Young look terrible. You also got to add up what is around him right now. Every bust quarterback that's ever happened, I can blame it on one of 2 things. Either you missed on the talent, and that's a Jamarcus Russell, Josh Rosen. I think you just missed on that guy. And there have been a lot of those over the years. I call this my Joey Harrington theory. Do you happen to remember what was around him in Detroit when he went there?
No.
They broke him. It was a joke. They had an XFL roster around him. He wasn't a bad quarterback. We didn't miss on that evaluation. We also couldn't know that he was going into the biggest dumpster fire in the history of time. And now with Carolina, you've taken this prospect that was ready-made. You've broken things of him that were ready-made. That's not me missing. I don't have any control over that. I didn't tell him to start throwing lawn darts. That's on Frank Reich, not me, or not Mel Kiper, or not Todd McShay, or anybody like that. This organization is completely bereft of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've got this player who needs, I don't know, a little help. How many times last night did he get to the top of a 5-step drop and it, honest to God, looked like Chicago sent 11 people? Now, let me tell you a fun stat. How many times did Chicago blitz more than 5 guys last night?
None.
Twice. Neither one of them got home. I don't have to. Do you understand the disadvantage you're at with what I just said? Let's talk a little just basic mathematics, shall we? You've got 5 players on a field that cannot catch a pass, period. No matter what it is, no matter what day it is, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, they cannot catch a pass. You've got 5 eligible receivers. You're the 6th one that you could, in theory, catch it, but you'd have to throw it to yourself. That's 5 guys. So you have 5 guys en route at best. They're sending 3 and 4 and getting after you, which means there's 6 or 7 of them at 6 at worst to defend your 5 guys. You don't have anybody that can get open. If it was 5-on-5, you don't have anybody that can win. Your best receiver is a geriatric Adam Thielen that probably runs about a 4.8 right now. That's not a miss on Bryce Young. It's a horrible failure from David Tepper to the lawn crew of the Carolina Panthers to not put anything around the guy that you sold the franchise to go get. That felt good.
That felt good.
It did feel good. Because there is practically nothing on this planet that will piss me off quicker than, oh, you missed on that guy. Okay, ask yourself this. Put Bryce Young in Carolina, or take Bryce Young out of Carolina, put him in Houston, put C.J. Stroud in Carolina. Do you think C.J. Stroud looks like he would look right now? Because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Will Levis would look the way he does without Mike Vrabel and a really stable coaching staff? Because those weapons aren't great. That offensive line's not great. The scheme's great. Derrick Henry's great. You held on to Derrick Henry. You had an offer for Derrick Henry. And just think about the dynamic and difference of franchises here. I know definitively there was an offer on the table to get you a day 2 pick for Derrick Henry, who is not going to be a part of your franchise when this team is good. They didn't do it. Why? Because it's going to be real hard to evaluate Will Levis if we don't have anybody that can run a greasy peg up a cat's keister.
Mm-hmm.
And Tajay Spears is just fine, but he is only one piece of a committee at running back. Derrick Henry is a dude. DeAndre Hopkins is a dude, top 20 dude. I don't like him as much as many other people do. But to evaluate Will Levis, I've got to have that. You're chucking Terrace Marshall, who is one of the worst second-day picks I've ever seen. I laughed out loud when they took him. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
You also took Jonathan Mingo, who's not a developed prospect. I said that when they took him. He doesn't run routes well. Right now, he's a guy that can run 9 routes, or you can generate touches to him because he does not have a splendid route tree. And what are you doing with him? You're sending him on 9 routes, and you're asking him to do things that he can't do. That's bad coaching. That has nothing to do with a bad eval. That has nothing to do with us seeing him wrong. It's with you using him improperly. And Bryce Young, I said he could go down as one of the biggest busts ever. That falls on Frank Reich, not on the kid. Same way I feel about Joey Harrington, same way I've always felt about David Carr, same way I felt about a whole bunch of quarterbacks over the years. Sam Darnold's another one. The Sam Darnold breaking is very similar to what I'm seeing with Bryce Young right now, because you had googly eyes Adam Gase that wouldn't know his head from a hole in the ground, that couldn't figure out how to put a scheme around him. It's a little tirade I have to go on once a year, and I'm not going to lie, I was angrier about it this time. I don't know why. Maybe because I quit smoking. Yeah. Now I'm angrier at everything.
It's just a little salty. And that's, look, everybody's gonna miss on prognostications. If We started out the process, and I told you, Jeremy, that I didn't feel like there was a great difference between the two quarterbacks. But I'm not but that was a lucky guess on my part, right? I mean, I don't know anything. I don't know anything greater than the average person of just, he feels like a good idea to me. C.J. Stroud's been unbelievable since he came into this league. Bryce Young has not had one single moment that you look at and go, that was it. Right? There might have been a throw preseason in practice. Nothing in a game.
I also just love when people say things that are patently not true.
What's that?
There's Stacy again. Said Cam Newton went to a Super Bowl with a punt returner. He had 0 receivers. Ooh, facts don't care about your feelings. He had the leading tight end receiver in the league. He had 2 running backs. And, oh, by the way, the part that you seem to forget, he had the best defense in the league, and it wasn't even kind of close. You've got Brian Burns, who didn't play last night, and 10 dudes that may very likely be working at Allstate 3 years from now. That's just misinformation. And we do this all the time. Look, this guy won with nothing. No, he didn't. You name me the guy that won with nothing, I'll gladly listen to it. The only problem is that as soon as you say it, I'm going to go back into my little memory banks and go, nope, that's misinformation. This is a team with a god-awful defense. You can tell me how talented the players are all you want to. Right now, you're playing corners. They played a corner last night I've never even heard of. Never even heard of him. It's not a good team. It's a failure from the top down. And you're right. I don't know that Bryce Young is actually a talented prospect. He might have been broken in Houston, too. I can tell you none of them wouldn't look broken in Carolina right now. Drives me crazy when we hammer on a kid that's a prospect. He didn't ask for any of this. He didn't ask to be throwing to a bunch of 5s. I'm not sure Amir Smith-Marsette's not the best receiver on the team, and he never plays.
He might be the best outside of Adam Thielen. He's not better than Adam Thielen. He's faster. I'll give you that.
And Adam Thielen is – and to me, Adam Thielen, if you watch the tape, he's not that great. He's a really good route runner that gets open in a way that they'll just give it to you.
Yeah.
You want to sit here and dink and dunk 6-yard outs all day? More power to you. I'm not afraid you're going to beat me that way. The Chicago Bears weren't afraid you were going to beat me that way.
No.
Because you can't press the ball down the field. And the fact that I can't score, all I got to do is get inside the 30-yard line, kick a field goal, advantage me, because you're only going to do that 1 out of every 4 or 5 possessions.
Mm-hmm. Last night, offensively speaking, was an absolute atrocity as far as the Carolina Panthers are concerned. And everyone should be on high alert in that front office. I don't care that we're 9 games into this 2023 season. Everybody should be walking around on eggshells right now. Because I got a feeling that the next time they reconvene, maybe they take the day off, everybody's back in the office on Monday, there's going to be an angry billionaire walking down the hallway. And everybody around there is going to be watching their keisters for their jobs. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. Coming up after the break, we'll get just a bit outside, and we'll start with the previews of the weekend's action, Week 10 in the NFL.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Cloudy, breezy, and much cooler out there today with a chance of showers, highs in the upper part of the 50s. Cloudy tonight, slight chance of showers, mid-40s. Our weekend forecast, cloudy and cool Saturday, slight chance of showers during the day, highs in the middle to upper 50s. Better rain chances, though, as we head through Saturday night and Sunday. It'll be colder Sunday to finish the weekend. High temperature Sunday afternoon, low part of the 50s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Black Friday is Dell's biggest sale of the year. Get limited time deals, free shipping, and huge savings on laptops like the XPS 13. Engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Join the Asheville Symphony Saturday, November 18th for an all-American concert featuring Copeland's Lincoln Portrait with narrator Brian Terrell Clark, known best as Hamilton's George Washington on Broadway, the newly commissioned Cold Mountain Suite by Jennifer Higdon, and more. Don't miss the third Masterworks concert, American Portraits, Saturday, November 18th, 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Tickets on sale now at AshevilleSymphony.org, by phone at 828-254-7046, or at the Asheville Symphony box office at 27 College Place.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
The annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing, the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly, so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say goodbye to sinus suffering and hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
At Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, better sleep and unmissable deals are a sure bet. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic and score a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Plus, get your new bed with fast and free delivery. Don't miss the Black Friday sale at Mattress Firm.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Back in the Sportsocracy, ESPN Asheville. Time to get just a bit outside on this football Friday. Oh, sorry. On this.
What?
Nope.
You got to turn the microphone on. Do I need to hold up a sign that says turn the damn microphone on?
You do.
Football Friday.
There you go. All right. Ole Miss is being sued.
And I'm not going to lie. I saw this story, and it was at the top of ESPN, and I rolled my eyes and went, don't care, don't care, don't care.
Mm-hmm. The headline, Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, file a motion to dismiss a $40 million lawsuit. Well, I had to click on it because I went, $40 million? That
seems like a lot.
That's a load of money right there. So I wanted to find out what this was all about if you're not familiar with the story. So here's the nuts and bolts of it, all right? Ole Miss had a defensive tackle. His name is DeSanto Rollins. In fact, they say, the school says, the team says, he's still on the team, and he is still on scholarship, despite what is alleged in this lawsuit. So apparently DeSanto was having some troubles, right? He was a kid trying to get used to the college life. He's been playing football and going to practice and all of the things, not been really productive or useful on the football field itself. He's been through a lot of injuries, and they got to the point where they said, okay, look, Ron DeSantis, we're going to put you, what was his name? DeSanto Rollins. They said, look, DeSanto, we're going to move you, okay? We're removing you from defensive tackle. We're going to put you on offense. You're going to be on the offensive line now. And he got mad about that. He didn't like that. That hurt his delicate sensibilities. And at some point, after they said, we're going to move you to offense, he went, I'm having a mental health crisis. And I'm going to have to take some time off. And they were like, okay.
I mean, that's fine.
You can do that.
That part's fine.
We've got protocols in place. You can take a break. Go go take your break. Well, apparently he went to take his little mental health break, and then the coaches, for 3 weeks, they say, tried to reach out to him and say, hey, you need to come back. Coach Kiffin needs to talk to you, whatever. He ghosted them for 3 weeks, and then there was the ultimate meeting where he goes in, he meets with Lane Kiffin, and, this is going to sound very, I don't know, unfair maybe to the kid, but he did the jerk move, right? He went in and did the millennial move where he goes in and he records his conversation with the coach. Now, I have not heard the entire clip or the entire recording of this, but a snippet of it was released, and I gotta say, I think I'm on Lane Kiffin's side on this one. They started going back and forth, and he was like, look, you can't do this. In the real world, you can't just say, I don't want to go talk to my boss. When the boss gives you a break, you can't just come back and say, I'm not ready to talk to you, which is exactly what the kid did for 3 weeks. He said, look, I don't feel good sometimes. I have mental issues where I just don't feel like doing what I need to do. But when my boss says I need to come in, I got to come in. I got to see the boss. And so that's what you have to do. Here's the clip from the end of the conversation here.
If you would have come here when you kept getting messages, the head coach wants to talk to you, and you saying, I'm not ready to talk to him.
I wasn't.
Well, what world do you live in?
I don't see why you gotta be disrespectful, honestly.
Get out of here. Go, you're off the team. You're done. See ya.
Because
See ya. Go. And guess what? We can kick you off the team. So go read your rights about mental health. We can kick you off the team for not showing up. When the head coach has to meet with you and you don't show up for weeks, okay, we can remove you from the team. It's called being a It's called hiding behind and not showing up to work.
Now, that last little part where he called him the P word.
That's all right. That Lane, okay? I'm sure the board of regents went, you were doing just fine.
He was doing well.
And then, that you shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
But there is absolutely no lie told in any of this.
No.
And if they get this in front of a judge that is actually taking the letter of the law, not your little feelings, he's absolutely right. And this should be dismissed immediately with prejudice and never be allowed to file again.
You would think so. One would think so, but...
Well, we live in a world that is softer than the contents of an infant's diaper.
Yeah.
And look, here's the thing. If you need to take time away because you need to get your brain right, there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that you can go sit in a corner for 3 weeks and leave this team completely hung up. The same thing applies to any other job. If you need time off, we'll give you the time off. That doesn't just mean that you get to ghost all of your responsibilities until you feel better.
Mm-hmm. And there was a back and forth in there where the kid said, you don't think my mental health issues are real? He said, I'm not saying they're not real. I'm saying you have to deal with it and you have to communicate. When people reach out to you, you have to communicate back with them. That's how this works. This is not just a DeSanto Rollins problem, right? This is an entire generational
100%.
problem. Yesterday, I had to deal with some stuff in between the show, right? A kid fell at recess. He got hurt. He woke up the next morning, wasn't feeling good. His back was hurting, and so he said, I'm not going to school today. Well, Daddy had to go in between shows and tell him that's not how this works. You suck it up, Buttercup, and you take your ass to school, and that's exactly what I did. Now,
new take.
When I got to school, though, this is where I had the problem, because this falls into this soft-ass society that we're creating here. On the little list where you sign in for the reasons for being late, they have the computer program that you sign into. Now, we didn't have that when I was a kid. You had to bring a note from parent or doctor or whatever. Well, they don't do that anymore. I mean, but there's little check boxes that you can put in your reason for being late. and it goes, the first one was doctor's appointment. Okay, we got that. All right, that's all fine. Second one was just late. No excuse, just late. The third one on there about sent me into conniption fits because I kid you not, on the form, one of the default answers for being late to school.
I can already tell I'm not going to like where this is going.
I woke up not feeling well. It's a legitimate excuse. How is this a legitimate excuse in our society? How have we reached this point where we are so damn Charmin soft that if I got a little headache, I just can't do it anymore? The coach hurt my feelings, so I don't want to play anymore. There is a real problem in this country with mental health issues. I'm not trying 100%. To make light of this by any stretch.
That's not what we're saying at all.
My wife, I'll give you a personal window into my life. My wife struggles from depression. She's clinically diagnosed. We've been down this road, and I have to give her every comfort in that realm. I do not begrudge people for having mental health issues.
Nope.
But when you lean on it like a crutch in order to just get your way and lay around and do nothing or make your problems everybody else's responsibility, I'm out. And I'm completely on Lane Kiffin's side here when he says, you're done. I'm done with you. Get out. If you don't want to be a part of the moving wheel that is American society and the business world, get out. Life's tough. Get yourself a helmet, right?
There are thousands of guys that would kill to have DeSanto Rollins' spot at Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I have no problem that he needed to take time away to get his head right. You couldn't do the bare bones that they asked of you because of that. Everything in life is cause and effect. So the cause was that you needed to take time away. The effect is that you're going to have to check in with them and go, this is where I'm at. I'm a week away. I'm 2 weeks away. I don't know how far I am away. But you got to say something. Yeah. You can't just go, I'll be back when I feel like it.
Mm-mm.
That's not how the world works. And I'm not going to lie. I didn't agree with everything you said. I have never been prouder that you had the huevos to say it.
I mean, maybe that's not the best way to go about life, but yeah, I mean, I keep leaning on that whole, what do you think this world is going to do to you when you get out on your own? I keep trying to explain this to my kids. Like, when I'm no longer there to hold your hand and walk you through these situations, how are you going to handle this?
I left the corporate world in probably 40% of that was I am not the softer, gentler touch. All right. I am not the one that's going to hold your hand. I don't ask much. And if you can't live up to that low bar that I'm setting, then we're done. And I got raked over hot coals for, well, you could have been a little nicer. No, I was nice. I was nice for 6 months. This kept going, and now I'm just full on angry, and I'm tired of dealing with it.
Yeah.
So, I don't think Lane Kiffin did anything wrong. If that were to go to a jury and you see me in that jury pool, you better make sure you get me out of there because you can say anything you want to. I could care less. That's going to be a no from me, Your Honor.
Right.
I almost said dog. It's going to be a no from me, Your Honor, dog.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's just the way I feel, and I can't help it. I can't help but think that my kids are growing up in this society where everything is I'm glad I'm going to be dead, right? I'm glad I'm going to be dead in 40 years, and I will not have to see what the next generation after this looks like.
Oh,
right?
I'm
you listen to your grandparents or your great-grandparents maybe from the greatest generation. Those boys that had to go off and fight a war and beat, the Nazis. It got worse every generation after that. And
except the 90s. The 90s was awesome.
Yeah.
The 90s was awesome.
To be honest with you, right now, Gen Xers are the only thing that I'm looking at going, y'all are going to have to save the planet. And I don't know that you're willing to. I think Gen Xers are too cynical to save the
I don't-
planet. They're
I
just
don't
sitting
know
back
what-
going, "Let the world burn." They're the Joker, just watching the world burn.
I don't know which gen is what gen. I got called a millennial the other day. I still haven't. My brain has
You
not
are,
really wrapped around that.
Yeah.
Kelvin Joyner said, if you want to lose faith in humanity, go coach youth sports. I did. And you want to know how I lost faith in humanity? Had nothing to do with kids.
Mm-hmm.
All the parents.
Yeah.
All the parents. Some of the things I had said to me by parents are just unheard of. The kids are fine under a certain age. And it's, like all kids, they grow up to a certain point and then they have an opinion. And then you have to tell them that opinion. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So, okay, here's why that's not the way the world works. And,
you have to convince them that their opinion doesn't matter. That's the problem.
I keep trying to I'm trying to pull you out here. This is Tank's in the building. He keeps just lighting matches. I'm trying to procure you.
What is that favorite saying I always like to say?
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Facts don't care about your feelings. I'm sorry. If your opinion goes against common sense, I can't help it. You have a stupid opinion.
We're redoing some of our imaging, and I'm not sure that the first hour of this show, I could just take like 8 snippets, take the video out where we're both wearing the same hoodie, and just, hey, that's the show in a nutshell. And if you don't like that, that's, we're sorry for that. But it's Stephen Townsend, we get a rare Tank rant, and it's an all-timer. Let's go. I must admit, I'll say again, I didn't agree with everything you just said. I'm so proud of you.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400.
We're to the end of an hour on a Football Friday. You know what that means.
Yep. Bangers are coming up next.
Bangers.
Coming up tonight, though, a quick reminder, tonight begins the Asheville Championship down at Harris Cherokee Center. Asheville, proudly brought to you by Ingles Supermarkets. It is 4 teams, 4 games over 2 days. Tonight and Sunday, we got 2 games each day going on over at the Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville. Tonight, we've got Davidson and Maryland tipping off at 7 o'clock, and then UAB and Clemson will follow that, and then the winners play each other on Sunday. You can get your tickets right now at AshevilleChampionship.com. Jeremy's Bangers for the weekend, at least the first set, coming up next.
At Ingles, we're proud to sponsor area athletics at all levels. Whether we're building new fields for T-ball, celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park. We're here for the fans. No one gets the dedication to the home team like you guys. And we've got all the sports you can handle. It's all in the bag. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
Nothing says welcome home like insanely clean carpets from Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. For a limited time, get 3 rooms clean for only $129 when you mention ESPN Asheville. Easily schedule your cleaning online at ZeroResAsheville.com.
Haywood Community College offers over 30 programs of study to obtain your associate's degree or specialized certification. We can help you find the perfect program to pursue your educational journey while staying local. Offering small class sizes with flexible classroom delivery options and transferable degrees and credits to numerous North Carolina universities, there's no telling where HCC could lead you. Save time and money by staying local. Visit haywood.edu for more information.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there.
Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
It's Ryan Seacrest here. Check this out. With Boost Infinite, you get the latest iPhone every year and unlimited wireless for just $60 a month. You get the new titanium iPhone 15 Pro that was just announced. Then next year, you get the latest iPhone, and this keeps happening every year. It's Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. To switch today or learn more, pick up your phone, dial pound 250, and say Boost Infinite.
Terms apply. After 30 gigabytes, service may be slow. Receive a comparable iPhone model each year with an acceptable trade-in every year. Requires credit qualification and 36-month phone financing agreement. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Are you sick and tired of living with that constant pain in your knees and back? Joint pain doesn't just keep you from doing what you love. It affects your job, your relationships, even simple things like getting dressed. It's time to call QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics uses advanced regenerative medicine to restore and repair damaged joint tissue, giving you your life back. Hips, shoulders, elbows, they can all be treated with natural biologics from your own body. Powerful healing agents, highly concentrated. If you're tired of steroid shots that don't work, or if you're trying to avoid surgery, call QC Kinetics now to schedule your free consultation. Learn about these exciting new cutting-edge treatments for pain caused by arthritis or injury. No drugs, no pain meds, no downtime. This is an all-natural treatment that can get you lasting relief. People here are raving about the results. Call now. Appointments are available for this coming week. QC Kinetics. Call 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. In Asheville and in Greenville. 828-333-9517.
If you're just joining us, Tank went on the greatest rant, I think, in the history of time, and I've never been prouder of him. You know what else I'm proud of? For the season, I am 109-91-5 against the spread in college football, and it's only bangers time. We start with favorites. It was a struggle to find favorites I like because I think this is a dog week, but Oklahoma State's a 2.5-point favorite at UCF. Hey, Vegas, have you watched these teams play lately? Because if you have, this line doesn't make not even a modicum of sense. And there are times that Vegas just gets the line wrong. I don't care where they're playing this game. That Oklahoma State team is good. They run the ball really well, and they're going to run it down UCF's throat. Give me the Cowpokes -2.5. Next, Washington's a 9.5-point favorite at home against Utah. Am I the only one that knows Utah can't score? Because eventually Vegas is going to have to figure that out, and you keep doing this, and I keep praying on it. This is a Michael Penix Heisman moment type of weekend. That's how it feels to me, because I feel like a lot of these contenders are kind of fading into the oblivion. He's still here, but he needs to have that 400-yard game on a really good defense. I think it happens right here. Give me the Huskies -9.5. The Arizona Wildcats are a 10.5-point favorite at Colorado. Hey, this is another – hey, you know they're bad, right? Like, I don't think that's breaking news, but it seems to be breaking news that Arizona and Jedd Fisch are really good. They're finally ranked, which took entirely too long. This team's good. I can't explain it, but they're good. I mean, Arizona -10.5. Rock Chalk Jayhawks, a 4-point favorite at home against Texas Tech. That's 4 in a row where I have a team that cannot score going up against a team that scores quite easily, and I'm not laying more than 10.5 in any of them. Those are 4 real solid favorites, but none of them are my favorite pick of the week, and we call it the achy breaky, no mistake.
Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart.
The Michigan Wolverines are a 4-point favorite at Penn State. Take the advice I've said on the other 4 games. Penn State can't score. Michigan's one of the best defenses in the country, and everybody talks about, well, Michigan hasn't played anybody. Penn State got annihilated by the only team that they've played. They struggled with Northwestern. Penn State's not good. I don't care that it's in Happy Valley. Book it. Michigan wins convincingly. You can take those wagers to betus.com. Use our promo code Sportsocracy. Get a 125% deposit match on your initial investment and up to 30 risk-free bets so you can wager football with us all season long.
We'll be right back here in the Sportsocracy. Quick break, and then we'll begin the previews for Week 10.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Cloudy, breezy, and much cooler out there today with a chance of showers, highs in the upper part of the 50s. Cloudy tonight, slight chance of showers, mid-40s. Our weekend forecast, cloudy and cool Saturday, slight chance of showers during the day, highs in the middle to upper 50s. Better rain chances, though, as we head through Saturday night and Sunday. It'll be colder Sunday to finish the weekend. High temperatures Sunday afternoon, low part of the 50s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
The Asheville Championship returns to Harris Cherokee Center in Asheville November 10th and 12th. This year's field is the best yet. The Clemson Tigers, Maryland Terrapins, Davidson Wildcats, and the Blazers of UAB. 4 exciting matchups with a champion to be crowned at one of the premier early season tournaments in college basketball. For more information and to get your tickets, go to AshevilleChampionship.com. That's AshevilleChampionship.com. It all starts in Asheville November 10th and 12th. Proudly sponsored by Ingles Markets.
Hey, what do you want for the holidays?
Ooh, how about new boots? Or a popcorn machine? A sports car, the kind with the cool doors? A trip to Ibiza? Sushi chef? Robot butler?
Skip the guessing game and give a gift that could make any dream come true. With over $85 million in total prizes, new holiday scratch-offs from the North Carolina Education Lottery are on everyone's wish list.
Ship in a bottle, Moose Musk Cologne, couples trampoline?
Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.06 to 9.95. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
This week in the Buncombe County Game of the Week, it's week 2 of the high school football playoffs, and we've got a great matchup for you. 10-1 Kings Mountain is coming up the mountain to take on 8-3 AC Reynolds. The Rockets are coming off a 45-0 win over North Gaston. The Mountaineers' only loss is to undefeated Crest. We'll get this great matchup started with Sports Tank Friday at 6 o'clock. The Bojangles Countdown to Kickoff show is at 6:30 with a kickoff at 7. The best high school football coverage is on News Radio 570, WWNC, and ESPN Asheville.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank. That's bank. Enter it now.
Log on now to ESPNAVL.com.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingles Studio.
It is the Sportsocracy, and we are live in the Ingles Studio on ESPN Asheville. 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Again, the Sportsocracy heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. We're seen everywhere on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click that live video link, subscribe to the channel so you can join us in the chat, get your thoughts in on, Jeremy's bad misses in the draft or, how Tank's going to get fired. There's a lot of chat going on right now of apparently my job security took a tumble on that last
Well,
round.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Always land on her feet.
Yep.
We're like kitties.
Name's on the door, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Feeling just fine about it.
Yeah. We're well liked around here.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
I mean, me, I don't necessarily know why, but he's got a whole mess of credits.
I've been here for a long time.
I was about to say, he does a lot of things that they really appreciate.
Yep. That I do. Now, Week 10 in the NFL started with a grumper on Thursday Night Football. Bears over the Carolina Panthers, 16-13.
Some jokester took a poop in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what happened to our Thursday Night Football game. Then they decided that's not enough. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Because 9:30 on Sunday morning, you can wake up and have brunch with the Colts and the Patriots.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, isn't it? Indianapolis Colts are a 2.5-point favorite. How in the hell is this line that low?
Because Indianapolis is not that good. It's in Germany, so you've got the travel element. I mean, I don't think this is a good line, but I get it. By the way, did you see the video of Bill Belichick doing the walk of shame shirtless?
No.
Oh, it's so good. I love Ring doorbell cameras. Apparently him and his longtime girlfriend broke up. Mm-hmm. Somebody leaked a Ring video doorbell of him quietly sneaking out in the morning. I don't know why he didn't have a shirt on.
Yeah, why wouldn't you put your shirt on before you left the house?
I don't know. Maybe he just thought, well, I got a shirt in the office that I can.
Well, we're on to Stephanie.
I'm telling you, new tank, people, new tank. So I don't know what I did. If you keep saying things like that, your mom's not going to let us keep hanging out because I'm getting blamed for every bit of this. Mark Starling comes to me no less than once a week and says the debauchery that you have rubbed off on him led him to do blank. I didn't do it.
Try to put a stop to it, but sometimes you just can't help yourself.
I didn't do it, okay? This is not me.
I saw this and I don't really get it. I mean, unless you're going with that whole, Bill Belichick's a better coach and he'll be able to have his guys more ready to play with the travel and all of that, maybe you're making that argument of this should be competitive, but you still have a quarterback that I do not trust. I don't understand your game plan most of the time, and I think Indianapolis is much better than you are.
Do you put any stock into the Bill could be let go if they lose to Indianapolis this week?
No. I don't see them embarrassing him.
There's a report. There's a report that could happen from a reporter near the Patriots.
I will say that
now the story is really misleading because he said it could happen, not that it would, not that there's an ultimatum.
I think that's bullcrap, all of it. Because I honestly do not see a way. I don't care how bad it gets. They could be 0-10. 10 games into the season, and I don't think they would give Bill Belichick that kind of public embarrassment.
I don't either. I don't think you do it at the end or in season, but I do think we're in the final days of Bill in New England.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard the latest report from Mike Florio?
No.
That there's another team eyeballing Bill Belichick?
Is it mine?
It is.
Oh.
It is.
Gross.
Jason Light worked for Bill in New England, and they are apparently still really good friends. And he's still apparently there's been discussions.
Don't like it at all. Son of a Indianapolis.
Hey, New England legends do love to go to Tampa Bay to die.
It's very true. It's very true.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Indianapolis minus the 2.5. I didn't even think about it.
I didn't either. The house didn't think about it. It was not close. I want to say it was 85%. So, yeah, I'm on Indianapolis. The line doesn't make a ton of sense. New England just gets platitudes that they don't deserve. Mac Jones is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Awful.
Yep. Full sweep across the board. Indianapolis minus the 2.5. All right, 1 o'clock slate.
There's a much more interesting game in the 1 o'clock slate.
Yes, there is. There's a couple of them, actually. The highlight game, though, I think has to be the San Francisco 49ers coming to the East Coast to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
One's on a 3-game losing streak. The other one's on a 5-game winning streak. West Coast team coming East Coast, 1 o'clock kickoff. You got everything nothing stacks up in San Francisco's favor here.
No, it does, because Steve Wilkes is pulling the Mac Canada. He's coming out of the booth. He's coaching on the sidelines.
That's going to matter.
Is it, though?
I don't know.
Is it, though?
I don't know.
So, just a series of rapid-fire questions.
Mm-hmm.
Is Brock Purdy still the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers?
Yes, he is.
Is Trevor Lawrence still the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Yes, he is.
Is this game in Jacksonville?
Yes, it is.
Is this the most animated Duval has been in many, 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 many years?
Yes, it is.
And they're both coming off a bye?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Jacksonville. I believe I will be taking the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And you don't think it's all that close, do you?
I think it's close. I don't buy the San Francisco defense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. You do this enough times, and it's hard for me to look at that and go, how are you going to stop everything for Jacksonville? I feel like there was probably a real point of emphasis for Jacksonville in the bye week to get Calvin Ridley more involved, and I just think they're a better team than you. Who has the better coach? It's debatable.
One's won a Super Bowl, the other one hasn't.
You took the explanation right out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Which one has the better quarterback? Jacksonville.
No, it's not close.
By a whole mess.
Right.
And who's at home?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I'm catching 3 points?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't feel all that hard to me.
No, it doesn't. I'm on your side. I'm on Jacksonville plus the 3 because I think that's dumb, honestly. And I used your logic that you've used on me for years of, okay, so this is a 3-point swing. You're trying to tell me that San Francisco would be a full touchdown favorite, roundabout, at their place?
Correct.
That sounds insane to me. These two teams are closer than that. I don't like the way this stacks up for San Francisco.
I don't either.
I just there are a lot of things that you got going in your favor, though. I mean, Trent Williams should be back, right? He's on path to play. So is Deebo Samuel, as far as I know. So we're all getting back here. Chase Young being added in with Bosa should be lifting the tide here. But I don't think so. I really don't. I'll be on the Jacksonville side, plus the 3. What does the House say?
They are currently split. That vote is still happening.
Oh.
And it's very close, and it's bounced back and forth.
See,
much like election night, we are not ready to make a call for the House.
Yes. And that's fine, because this is one of the most intriguing games of the week. Because there's another banger that we'll talk about here in just a few seconds. But San Francisco and Jacksonville, I mean, if San Francisco comes in and loses this game, does it mean anything to you long-term for them? Really?
Yes.
Why?
I feel like the loser of this game we're going to look at in a slightly different way.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I feel like if Jacksonville loses this, the narrative will be, coming off a bye, you lost to a good team in your house. You're not ready for prime time. You're going to win the division. You'll go into the playoffs, and you'll get beat by somebody in your house. If San Francisco loses this, the Chicken Little, the sky is falling, will get super loud, especially if Brock Purdy turns the ball over a couple times.
Yep.
The tape I have seen over the last few weeks in San Francisco, it appears that the tape is out on Brock Purdy. And the things he can and cannot do are manifesting themselves. And that's what I tried to tell you the whole time, is that he operates within the confines of the system really, really well.
Mm-hmm. San Francisco 49ers, can they afford to drop 4 in a row? We're about to find out. Because I think,
can they afford it? No. I mean, they can and still win the division because you've got everything in front of you.
I was going to say. You still got plenty of time to gather it all back up.
This is all about, to me, this game is all about public narrative. Is it going to change their outlook for the rest of the season? No. At the end of the day, this is an interconference game that doesn't have a ton of effect on either one of these teams, because I think they're both going to win their divisions. Because there's not a whole lot of competition there. But the way we view them could be changed vehemently.
Yep. Let's go with Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans. It's in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a 6.5-point favorite.
Pass.
He wants to pass on this one. I don't think.
As you're reigning, defending, I get the right to do that.
Yeah,
and
sure. And that's fine. That's fine. I'll go first. Look, last week we saw C.J. Stroud do something no rookie's ever done against a bad secondary, right? I mean, let's be honest. Tampa Bay Buccaneers weren't doing anything to stop C.J. Stroud last week as he threw for almost 500 yards. He's not going to do that against Cincinnati. Will he still be good? He can be. The other part I'm looking at is the other side of this, the defensive side of this for Houston. Now, you can say what you want about him, but Baker Mayfield had a game-winning moment last week. Sad part is his defense gave up the game winner, right? He led the charge down the field, and that secondary was a sieve. What do you think Joe Burrow's going to do to that? I'm taking Cincinnati minus the 6.5. I think they'll cover it. It'll be a competitive game. We'll look at Houston and go, oh, look, they made it look good. I mean, they were right there. They may even have a chance to tie the game at the end. Mm-hmm. But I think they lose by a full touchdown.
I absolutely love the over in this game, which is 47. 2/3 of bets are with me,
mm-hmm.
and the money's with me. The sharp money is also with me, as I'm taking the Houston Texans.
Good for you.
Do I think Cincinnati's going to win this game? I absolutely do. Cincinnati is, from a betting perspective, a little bit overvalued right now. Not much. We just had them as the second best team in our power rankings. There is a huge shift in when you look at the Vegas power rankings between the top 4 and everybody else. I think there are more teams that are close to that tier, and then it falls off a cliff around 10. And it's just I think this number is a couple points off. If I wasn't catching the hook here, I might have taken Cincinnati. And like I said, I think they're going to win, and I think it will be a pretty convincing win.
Mm-hmm.
I look for this to probably be a backdoor cover. I think this game will be somewhere in the neighborhood of, I'll say 31-27. And Houston scores late, has the opportunity to kick the onside. They don't recover it because, well, nobody ever does.
Mm-hmm.
And Cincinnati runs out the clock. But I think C.J. Stroud's going to have another day.
Okay. C.J. Stroud has another day, and they do enough to cover.
This is a huge letdown spot for Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a huge letdown spot. Because you got to look at what it's sandwiched in between.
Mm-hmm.
You had the big game, prime time against the Buffalo Bills. Next week, you're at the Ravens. That's on a short week. And this has I don't know. I also don't know that you're going to have Jamar Chase or T. Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's a lot that's up in the air.
Well, Jamar's supposed to play.
I get that.
Right.
I get supposed to. You're not 100%. There's no debating you're not 100%.
Mm-hmm.
There may very well be no T. Higgins.
Yeah.
So I really like the Houston side of this. But now if I'm going money line, Cincinnati's one of my most confident money line picks of the week.
Yep. Let's go take a break. We'll continue with the previews, Week 10 in the NFL, picking every game against the spread here on ESPN Asheville. You're in the Sportsocracy. The Asheville Championship returns to Harrah's Cherokee Center in Asheville November 10th and 12th. This year's field is the best yet. The Clemson Tigers, Maryland Terrapins, Davidson Wildcats, and the Blazers of UAB. 4 exciting matchups with a champion to be crowned in one of the premier early season tournaments in college basketball. For more information and to get your tickets, go to AshevilleChampionship.com. That's AshevilleChampionship.com. It all starts in Asheville November 10th and 12th. Proudly sponsored by Ingles Markets.
Running a small business is no small task. At Home Trust Bank, we work hard to prepare businesses for whatever tomorrow may bring. Your dreams are our business, and we have local experts who can help you plan for a successful future. Dependable guidance you need and service you'll appreciate. At Home Trust Bank, we take your small business banking personally. Visit your local Home Trust branch or anytime at htb.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
At the North Carolina Education Lottery, we love to celebrate winners. So I hired a town crier to announce Pick 3, Pick 4, and Cash 5 winners.
Hear ye, hear ye.
But there are thousands of winners every day.
Oyez, oyez, oyez.
I may not have thought this through.
A proclamation of jubilant accord.
Who gave him a bell?
Daily draw games. What will you do with your win? Must be 18 to play. See Pick 3, Pick 4, and Cash 5 prize and odds charts at nclottery.com for details. Problem Gambling Helpline, 877-718-5543.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere. From dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Get early access to Macy's Black Friday specials and find big savings on gifts they'll love right now while supplies last. Like the season's latest coats, 60 to 65% off. Select boots and shoes for her, just $19.99. And update your space with furniture, mattresses, and rugs, now 20 to 70% off. Plus, get your online order even faster with store pickup, now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, Kai?
It is ESPN Asheville. Welcome back into a
Football Friday.
Making all the picks against the spread in the NFL. And do we have a decision from the House on the last game?
We do. They took San Francisco.
All right, the San Francisco 49ers.
They also took Cincinnati. I don't know if I said that out loud.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, we did not say that out loud, but I had already registered that. San Francisco minus the 3. That feels like the side to be on. I'm going to be upset that I'm on your side of this one, I feel like.
We also have our first one of these of the day.
I'm your huckleberry.
It's from Football Fossil, who's staking his claim. He said Indy runs nearly 90% zone, which Bill tears apart. Minshew's quarterback metrics are slightly worse than Mac. He's holding his nose and taking the New England Patriots. I get it. That's why the number's so low. I can't look at Mac Jones and go, he's going to tear apart anything other than maybe a box of Haagen-Dazs as he cries openly. And a Little Caesars pizza to wash it all down.
Oh,
man, I miss pizza. Keto's fine, and I'm losing weight, and all the things are good, but damn, I miss pizza.
Cauliflower pizza.
No, it's not Little Caesars.
No.
Because you know what the funny thing is? That I that's what I miss. I saw a TikTok of somebody just absolutely eviscerating Little Caesars about how it's not cooked enough and it's so greasy. And the whole time I was going, I know, and it's wonderful. And you shut your mouth talking about my friend that way.
Yeah. Jeremy's the kind of guy that he gets the oil-soaked Little Caesars pizza, and where the pepperoni make that little bowl of grease, he just drips it right into his mouth. It's the most disgusting thing.
Oh, I'm telling you, Thanksgiving weekend, that's my next keto break. Oh, there's gonna be sandwiches. So many sandwiches.
All right, let's continue with the previews. Week 10 in the NFL on Sunday at 1 o'clock. You got the Minnesota Vikings at home against the New Orleans Saints.
The house has already weighed in on this one. They're on New Orleans.
New Orleans Saints on the road at the Minnesota Vikings. You have Joshua Dobbs making another start here for Minnesota. It went well in the first one.
The public's really split on this game. The house was not, but the public is.
Yeah, I'm not split on this game at all. I looked at this one, and it didn't take me long to go.
It didn't me either.
Saints.
It's weird. Didn't take long for me either. Vikings.
How? Why?
You're trusting way too much in the Saints. Okay. You're trusting a team that has a really spotty offense coming into Minnesota. And I fully understand.
No defense.
Defense has been fine the last few weeks. You shut down Brock Purdy a few weeks ago. Brian Flores is taking away the number one thing you want to do. He's doing the old Bill Belichick thing. Weird, that's where he came from. New Orleans doesn't have another thing. The thing you want to do is run the Taysom Hill and run Alvin Kamara because Derek Carr is still very, very, very clunky. If this was in New Orleans, I'd be taking the Saints. It's not, and I'm not.
Okay. All right.
I think it's funny that that we had the exact same take of, man, this is really easy.
Yeah.
And we got to two completely different.
I looked at one and went, you've got Joshua Dobbs at quarterback, who, okay, I mean, it's been working, right? It was okay for Arizona, and last week, yeah, you were able to get a win over the Falcons.
How long did it work in Arizona before people figured it out? About 4 weeks.
Was it 4
We're
weeks?
in week 2.
You think that's gonna happen again?
No, I think the offense is so disjointed and clunky that it doesn't matter that you've got Lattimore and you've got these other pieces. Look, the Saints' defense has been good.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Bagent had success for 2 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Dobbs he's so smart, and I believe so little in Dennis Allen that this is probably one of my favorite 3 or 4 picks of the week in the NFL.
Wow. Yeah, no.
And Minnesota's the crowd. You got a hot poker to the old keister cheek watching them beat the Atlanta Falcons. That place is going to be loud. And I don't believe in Derek Carr. I think he gets rattled and he has one of those games that you just go, what in the world was that?
Yeah. I'm going with the New Orleans Saints. I feel like that team's way more talented than Minnesota.
I don't disagree with what you just said.
And it would matter to me if Justin Jefferson were going to play in this game. Right? It does nothing. It does nothing to me. Right, I know he's not going to play, but it would matter to me if he was going to play. I'd be like, okay, I could see, but I don't trust Joshua Dobbs, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson. I mean, I know I'm generally a fan of his. I don't see this working against New Orleans.
What's the final score of this game?
Oh, I will go.
The over/under is 41.
I'll go 20-16.
I'll go 20. I'm going to stick with Vegas here. I'll go 21-20. And I think on the high or on the furthest that New Orleans is going to be able to get is 17-14.
Mm-hmm.
And I push it. I don't see this being more than a field goal game.
Okay. All right.
That's why that game was so easy to me.
Gotcha. All right.
And by the way, aggressively
Yeah.
under. 90% of the money's on the under.
Yeah. Me in the house on New Orleans minus the 3. Jeremy on the Minnesota Vikings plus the 3.
Hey, let's talk about your
Yes, sir.
NFL football team.
Yes, sir. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home against the Tennessee Titans.
That's a nice muscly throwing on you got there.
Yes, it is. Old Mr. Will Levis coming in to take on the team that just gave up the rookie passing record to C.J. Stroud.
When I loaded that into the soundboard this morning and he immediately went, Will Levis? Yep. We've been doing this way too long together.
That we have. Carlton Davis he was full on burnt toast last week. And he's going to be again against DeAndre Hopkins.
I agree with you there.
I mean, I'm not afeared of Derrick Henry all that much.
Afeared?
Yeah, I'm not afeared. We're gonna,
Is that what children are of the clowns and things under their bed?
Yeah, you're afeared.
Okay,
you're afeared. You can be afeared or you can be scared. They're two different things. I'm not afeared of Derrick Henry all that much. Obviously, Tampa's good at stopping the run. They cannot stop the pass at all. I'm on the Tennessee Titans.
I am as well. This is a longer week for Tennessee because they play the Thursday night game, have a couple extra days to rest, really acclimate. And the thing I can't get, what is the matchup in this game that has you so, is it DeAndre Hopkins, Carlton Davis?
Yep.
It's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mike Vrabel against Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
Baker's way too easy. It's way too easy to stop him. If you have a competent defense and a competent play caller that can just take the things that over many years we have seen Baker Mayfield struggles with. Baker is one that thrives in chaos. That's all I have to stop. I have to stop you from extending plays, getting out of the pocket, and hitting Mike Evans over the top. How am I going to do that? Well, your offensive line is horrifically bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am going to send the hellhounds at him all day long. And if you beat me with that, that's fine. I haven't seen you do that many times in your NFL career, and that's the part I couldn't get away from. I think the Buccaneers roster is way more talented, and they have been surprisingly good at covering spreads. But I just don't buy into this team, and I'm never going to. Is there a team in the NFL right now that's more overrated by public narrative than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? There's only one answer that I'm even willing to listen to here.
I don't know.
There are a lot of people that just think, oh, well, Tampa Bay's played a tough schedule, and Baker's really could. I didn't say it was true. I said it's the narrative that I keep hearing. They played a tough schedule, and, Baker's cooking, but, they're struggling to run, and eventually Baker's just going to break out and show all that talent he's got.
I mean, he did. He did that. He did that last week.
I am at a point where I judge you less for believing in Sasquatch than I do of you believing in Baker Mayfield. Because I see it, I hear you say it, I read it, however it happens, and I immediately have the same response every single time. Oh, you're not very good at this. Or you're crazy, or just maybe you're related to Baker. I don't know. Maybe you are Baker Mayfield. He's got me blocked on everything, but maybe he's got some old burner accounts he uses to defend himself. I don't get it. I'm never going to get it. Todd Bowles, he wins when he should lose. He loses when he should win. This is a game that they should win because they're at home. That is why they will lose to Will Levis and the Tennessee Titans.
Yes, Tennessee Titans 0-4 on the road so far this season. But
you got to win one eventually.
Well, I was going to say, they've never been on the road with this quarterback, have they?
No.
Right.
Well, yeah, they lost in Pittsburgh last week.
Oh, well.
But it also helps when Tampa Bay gives up a ton of big plays.
Yes.
And you've got Will Levis, and as I previously said.
That's a nice muscly throwing arm you got there.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. The Week 10 previews continue after this. Plus, it'll be time to get weird.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Cloudy, breezy, and much cooler out there today with a chance of showers, highs in the upper part of the 50s. Cloudy tonight, slight chance of showers, mid-40s. Our weekend forecast, cloudy and cool Saturday, slight chance of showers during the day, highs in the middle to upper 50s. Better rain chances, though, as we head through Saturday night and Sunday. It'll be colder Sunday to finish the weekend. High temperature Sunday afternoon, the low part of the 50s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
Are you a student ready to embark on your journey towards financial independence? Hey everybody, it's Chris Angel from Mountain Credit Union. Trailhead Student Checking is a high-dividend checking account designed exclusively for students aged 16 to 23. Your path to financial freedom begins at Mountain Credit Union. Start building a solid foundation for your future and enjoy the benefits that come with being a part of the Mountain Credit Union family. Rates subject to change, restrictions apply. Visit mountaincu.org or stop by any of our local branches to learn more. At Mountain Credit Union, we're here for you because we're here with you.
At Ingles, we've got plenty to be thankful for, and it all starts with you. Thank you for continuing to trust us as your local grocer for the past 60 years. Thanks for everything, and happy Thanksgiving. From our family to yours.
The last thing you need on the way to the game is a flat tire. Ensure that you'll make the game on time with new tires from Black Mountain Tire Connection. With 22 years of experience serving the East Asheville area, Black Mountain Tire Connection offers all major tire brands. Black Mountain Tire Connection keeps you running with tire and auto service, including alignments, brakes, state inspections, oil changes, and minor repairs. Schedule service now at blackmountaintire.com.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
The best season of the year is here.
Tailgate season.
Monster Brewing presents this season's MVP.
The Beast Unleashed.
With 4 bold, familiar flavors.
With 0 caffeine and 0 sugar.
Beast Unleashed is your new pregame ritual.
With white haze, mean green, peach perfect, and scary berries, there's a flavor for every fan.
The Beast
Unleashed.
6% alcohol by volume. Unleashed responsibly. Must be 21 or over. Beast Unleashed available at your local retailer.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
We're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Time to get weird. And, man, they put weed in everything these days, don't they? This is weird.
Okay.
This is just weird. Obviously, with more and more communities and states around America getting into the weed business,
State of Ohio, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina, what are we doing? Okay, there's 2 things that should be legal everywhere: marijuana and sports betting. All right, North Carolina, you got the latter, but where are we at with the former?
Hey, we're getting there. You can go get you a license now in Cherokee.
Yeah, but
problem is,
you
look, can't bring it back.
and look, I'm not one of those. I have no desire. Not my thing. I just don't. Hey, stop making faces at me there, Cheech Marin. Nobody's surprised.
Sure?
Me?
You sure you don't need one of them?
I'm 100% sure. Yeah.
Anyhow. So more and more businesses are, putting out products that have THC in them. In Michigan, there is a company called the Armada Cannabis Company, and the Armada Cannabis Company has a cannabis apple cider.
Oh, that's 2 things. I have no...
That's right. You're not a cider guy.
No, I am not.
I love ciders. I do. Just all of them. Every, urban orchard here in the Asheville area, Bold Rock. I love the ciders.
Now, I'm okay with a hard cider every once in a while, but apple cider is no.
Well, no, this is alcoholic, but it's got cannabis in it too. So it's
so you're high and drunk at the same time?
I guess.
Seacrest out. I watch Brian Haynes drink Jaeger bombs. Oh, yeah, so now I'm hammered and I can't go to sleep? That seems like a horrid idea.
Nearly 15,000 cans of the marijuana-infused cider from Armada Cannabis Company have been recalled because they were not compliantly produced. And there have been a lot of reports and complaints of these special cannabis ciders exploding in the faces of those trying to drink the product. I'd be interested to try one of these. But that is the last thing that I want, is to be sitting down for a nice relaxing beverage in the evening. Like I've gone out and I've purchased that. I don't even know how much these cost, but I'm sure they would cost more than a six or a Peebers. Right?
I'm just assuming that somebody would get, you have like 4 or 5 of those, you get real paranoid, and then you accidentally fall through a window while you're trying to see if the government's outside. I'm good.
Right. You're just sitting down for a relaxing, cannabis cider, and then all of a sudden it just explodes right in your face.
Patrick Holt said, of course, Little Hobbit Tank likes ciders. He has his after second breakfast.
I do.
Oh, I love when you take friendly fire because everybody loves Tank. I'm the one that gets called ugly names all the time. I enjoy when it gets deferred to the other end of the table. There's a family. It's Dana Rice. She's a realtor in Bethesda, Maryland, and her husband. Well, her husband is a huge football fan, and they have a TikTok channel that is going viral, or Instagram, excuse me, because the husband has started something called the Taylor Swift jar. And every time Dana brings up Taylor Swift, she has to put a quarter in the jar. And on the jar itself, it says Taylor Swift jar. Any mention of T Swift, and you owe 25 cents. I can't take it anymore, Travis Kelce included. Now, this made my brain go to a different place because my wife, and one of many of the thousands of reasons that I love that woman, she's as annoyed by Taylor Swift as I am. I came up with another idea. I'm going to watch every Kansas City Chief game for the rest of the year. And every time they mention Taylor Swift, I'm going to take one crisp U.S. doll hair out of my wallet, and then we're going to take a vacation with the money that I put into the jar. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a football fan and you got a Tay-Tay fan, you should adopt this because I think it's a brilliant idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because Taylor Swift, usually on conversation probation, we didn't break that because this was making fun of it. So, going right back on it.
Mm-hmm.
No mention of that here. It's not what we do.
I feel like I need one of those.
What?
I feel like I need a Taylor Swift jar. Mark Starling makes it just impossible. Every morning I come in on Mondays and he asks me if Taylor Swift won this weekend, and I just kind of want to punch him in the face.
Well, he's not.
I've lived all weekend without hearing that name somehow, and you have to bring it up to me.
Well, Mark's not a big fan of the sports balls.
He's not.
So, he's worried about the caucuses.
The caucus.
The caucuses from the Isle of Iowa.
It's election season ramping up.
Yeah. I feel the same way about political things that you feel about Taylor Swift. Like when he comes down here and asks me, who do you think won the debate? I did, because I didn't watch it. Who am I going to vote for? Whoever's not Joe Biden. And if you give me multiple options, I will have to decide then.
Yeah.
But if you only give me one option, I don't really care who you put on the other end of that. You could put Beethoven the dog on it. And you know why?
And what am I doing here?
End the message. Repeat the line.
What we're doing here is picking every game in the NFL this weekend against the spread.
I really need a president that knows where he is.
Jeremy is 2 games up on the contest this
Correct.
season. 65 and 5 is what I have your record as.
It's the definition of average, people. If you flipped a coin, you'd probably be in the same boat as me.
63, 67, and 5 is where I sit.
And I and the coin am gooder than him.
Mm-hmm. Last week, the house made us look ridiculous as they went 11 and 3 in their picks.
Yeah, okay. Could you just, stop that?
As Jeremy won the week going 8 and 6, and I was 7 and 7.
The house also took the Tennessee Titans.
All right. Lock that one in for the house, which makes me feel good. Let's go Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers.
Am I the only one that thinks this line's really stupid?
No, you're not.
Like, it's really stupid.
How stupid? Why is it stupid to you?
Because you're – all right, so tell me where I'm wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh's a 3.5-point favorite at home.
Yes.
That means you would have it as practically a pick 'em in Lambeau.
Mm-hmm.
Are you out of your mind? Are you smoking crimes? Are you drinking marijuana ciders?
Would you not, or did you not say the same thing last week when they were a 3.5-point favorite at home against Tennessee?
Well, I didn't know they were going to be playing the Terran at quarterback. Okay, I said what? I thought that Brett Rippon.
Oh.
There you go. I didn't know that Matthew Stafford wasn't going to play.
No, that was the Titans. Last week against the Titans.
No, you're doing the inverse of this. I'm slamming the Packers, not the Steelers.
Okay.
As long as Jordan Love is your quarterback, you should not be a favorite at home against practically anybody, unless you have Brett Rippon playing quarterback, or I don't know, John Wolford, or Baker Mayfield, or one of these other bum quarterbacks that's a backup. Kenny Pickett, I don't love. He is a starter, and he's been the starter all year. That's enough for me. This line's stupid. It's in Pittsburgh. This won't be close. Give me the Steelers.
Okay. All right. I'm with you. But I said the same thing last week. Pittsburgh was a 3.5-point favorite at home last week against Tennessee, and I went, well, there's no way, right? There's no way that this game's going to go the other way, and it did. Now, I get there's a big difference between the
100%.
quarterbacks here, right? I mean, Will Levis is only 2 games into his career, but we already believe that he's better than Jordan Love. Correct?
Yes.
Right.
Other things that are better than Jordan Love?
True international average of pressure.
I'm good.
I don't think
that's how low I am on Jordan Love.
I really don't know that that's true, and that's saying something. All right, you and I both on the Pittsburgh Steelers here, minus the 3.5.
Horrifically bad quarterback on the road. End of message. Repeat the line.
Yeah, none of us are fans of Jordan Love.
Now let's talk about a game that's, I don't know, good. Can we talk about a game that's good?
You want to talk about a good game? Oh, you mean you want to talk about Baltimore and Cleveland?
This is one that the public is very split on. I am very conflicted on. And I don't know what to do.
Baltimore is a 6.5-point favorite at home against the Cleveland Browns, who, I mean, all the faults that they have on defense or on offense, right, are pretty much covered up by the fact that they are amazing on the defensive side of the ball. I think Baltimore is the better team here. And I think pretty much...
I don't disagree with that.
And I think pretty much across the board, that's the side to be on. Baltimore is a 6.5-point favorite. It's not a full touchdown, and I'll take it. I will take Baltimore minus the 6.5. I'll probably kick myself for that because the defense is good enough to limit them. This could be the grossest of NFC North battles that's going to end up being just a big old run fest, a grunt fest. I'll take Baltimore to cover, though, at home.
This is 2 of the best defenses in the league. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points. I'm with the public on this one. 97% of the money's on the under, and I would go right along with them. I like the under in this game way more than I do making a pick on who's going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, you should know what I'm getting ready to say because we've picked enough games over the years.
Yes.
6.5 is a number that is reserved for bad teams playing good teams, usually in their house. 6.5 is not a number that a phenomenal defense should be getting. I saw some things out of Deshaun Watson last week that I feel like the offense is at least progressing. I'm not telling you it's good. I'm not telling you they'll be able to score a ton of points on Baltimore. I don't think Baltimore's going to be able to score a ton of points on them either. This has – the weather's not going to be a problem. This has, exactly as you said, AFC North gross fest written all over it.
Mm-hmm.
And where I fall in is that Baltimore is overvalued. I'm going to say the same thing about Baltimore that I said about Cincinnati. There is a division when I get the Vegas power rankings of how many points the highest high-end teams in this league are getting. How many points would and this is Philadelphia's number 1 in the Vegas power rankings.
Okay.
So just that's why I started with them. How many points would they get on a neutral field against the league average team?
I don't know, 5.
8.25.
Okay.
That's too many. That's basically saying that the highest echelon of teams is so far superior to the rest of the league that you should never bet against them. Do I agree? Do I think that the highest side of the league is far and away better than the bottom side of the league? Absolutely. If Philadelphia played the Arizona Cardinals right now, the line would be 16.5. And I don't see anything incorrect there. I'm just looking at Baltimore. I'm looking at Cleveland. Cleveland would get 1.5 to 2 points, depending on which side of this you really vest in, against that same league average team. Baltimore would get 5.5. Do you see how that math doesn't math? Oh, but it's in Baltimore. I don't care. You said on a neutral field, which means that it shouldn't be swaying this much.
Mm-hmm.
It should be swaying this much if it was in Cleveland versus in Baltimore. It's too many points. I think this comes down to a field goal late. I have a funny feeling it'll be Justin Tucker that kicks it. Baltimore wins this game. And I'm going to project out even a little further. Cincinnati has a struggle with Houston, and we ask a lot of questions about why did that game stay so close. Baltimore wins close against Baltimore wins close against Cleveland. I hate the North having two teams that start with C's. And then they play on Thursday Night Football, and Cincinnati beats Cleveland. That's how I think it will go.
Okay.
But I easily could be wrong.
All right.
I think Baltimore loses one of these games.
I mean, it's more than likely.
They play up to their level of competition, but I think you're going to lose one of these.
Mm-hmm. And maybe that's the way this goes. Maybe they play down to their competition here, offensively speaking. Right?
It's possible.
Right.
And to me, that's not a playing down. Baltimore has always been a team that, to me, that knows how good they are. And so they have a game with like the Colts, which happened earlier in the season.
Mm-hmm.
And you let them hang around, and then the fact that your secondary is not great, at least it wasn't then. It's markedly better now. That comes back to bite you, and you got late. I don't think that's going to play a role here. I think there's going to be a lot of running. I think this clock's going to move a lot, and we're overvaluing what Baltimore did to Seattle.
Yeah.
This is a great AFC team against a good NFC team, and now it's skewing all these numbers.
Are you buying into Keaton Mitchell for fantasy purposes? Just curious, since he had 138 yards last week.
It depends on what you mean by buying in. Am I rushing to start him? No. Does he need to be on a roster? Yes. Because he is – I mean, look, Baltimore's talked about him all offseason. He also a former member of the Fighting Mike Houstons of East Carolina. He is one of the fastest people on the planet Earth. And he's going to have a role.
Mm-hmm.
It's just –
he could be what we always wanted J.K. Dobbins to be.
He could be what we always wanted Justice Hill to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's ever going to get the kind of workload to be what we wanted J.K. Dobbins to be.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying
the way Baltimore always works is that there is always a head of the snake, and then there are two more running backs that have some kind of skill. He has that some kind of skill. He is a home run hitter. He is also a really raw prospect. They got a lot of his tote after that game was super over, but he earned more. I think he probably takes some work away from Justice Hill and probably takes some work away from Gus Edwards. I would say I put him about where Justice Hill is.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Time for us to take another quick break.
Oh, wait. That means it's another end of an hour.
Yep.
It's a Football Friday.
Yep.
Bangers!
Yep. More bangers coming up next here in the Sportsocracy. Time for some Road Dogs. The Asheville Championship returns to Harrah's Cherokee Center in Asheville November 10th and 12th. This year's field is the best yet. The Clemson Tigers, Maryland Terrapins, Davidson Wildcats, and the Blazers of UAB. 4 exciting matchups with a champion to be crowned in one of the premier early season tournaments in college basketball. For more information and to get your tickets, go to AshevilleChampionship.com. That's AshevilleChampionship.com. It all starts in Asheville November 10th and 12th. Proudly sponsored by Ingles Markets.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
It's Ryan Seacrest here. Check this out. With Boost Infinite, you get the latest iPhone every year and unlimited wireless for just $60 a month. You get the new titanium iPhone 15 Pro that was just announced. Then next year, you get the latest iPhone, and this keeps happening every year. It's Boost Infinite, infinitely better. To switch today or learn more, pick up your phone, dial pound 250, and say Boost Infinite.
Terms apply. After 30 gigabytes, service may be slow. Receive a comparable iPhone model each year with an acceptable trade-in every year. Requires credit qualification and 36-month phone financing agreement. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
A Christmas tradition is back. The Asheville Holiday Parade, presented by Bojangles, is Saturday, November the 18th at 11 a.m. in downtown Asheville. This year's theme is the Snow Globe and also features a 1Z 1-miler race along the parade route starting at 10:30. After the parade, families families can make their way to the Restoration Hotel for free photos with Santa from 2 to 4 p.m. But you can't have a holiday parade without great volunteers. If you'd like to volunteer, go to AshevilleDowntown.org. Proudly sponsored by iHeartMedia, Asheville.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
The annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing, the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say goodbye to sinus suffering and hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
I love points almost as much as I love being right. That means I love underdogs, but my favorite kind of dog is the road dog. And I got a slew of them. Arizona State's a 17-point dog at UCLA. Why is it taking Vegas so long to understand that UCLA is not good? Arizona State hangs around like a nagging cold. They do it seemingly every single week, and that's against good teams. This is a mediocre Chip Kelly team that plays really fast in spite of the fact they're not really good. Give me the Sun Devils plus the 17.5. Iowa, how in the world?
It ain't got no gas in it.
Do you keep setting records for futility? This week they play Rutgers. It's in Iowa. Rutgers is a 1-point dog. Over-under is 28.5. It's the lowest line in the history of college football, and I'm taking the under again. I'm hoping we get to a point, at some point, where they just go, you know what? The hell with it. We're putting a 21.5 on an Iowa game because that's what it should be. I'm also taking Rutgers to win this game. They're actually not bad. We railed on Ohio State for letting them hang around last week. They're not terrible, and they can score every once in a while. And if you think Iowa's offense is bad against bad defenses, where do you see them against a reasonably good one? Give me the Scarlet Knights and the fighting Greg Schianos. They went out right. Ole Miss is an 11-point dog at your Georgia Bulldogs. Am I stupid enough to think they're going to win this game? No, sir, I'm not. And they might, but I'm not stupid enough to bet on it. However, 11 points is disrespectful against an offense that's that good. I don't think Georgia's in any risk of losing this game, and this could very easily be a backdoor cover. But I'm going my newfound friend Lane Kiffin and Hottie Toddy. Give me Ole Miss plus the 11. I'm taking a team that I absolutely despise, and it won't be the last time I do it today. Florida Gators are a 15-point dog at LSU. You know LSU's defense comes with their offense, right? They shouldn't be a 15-point dog on anybody with a competent offense. They're going to win, and it'll be comfortable because Florida is bad. But 15 is entirely too much. Give me the Gators plus 15. That didn't feel good. I need something to make me feel better.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong.
My West Virginia Mountaineers take on a team I detest, Oklahoma. They're a 13-point dog, and that is stupid. Hey, Vegas, what I said about UCLA, you're really struggling to learn the lesson on Oklahoma, too. Guess what? They're catching the third loss in a row. I'm not just taking my Mountaineers plus the 13. I'm taking them in the money line. Neil Brown is this close to changing my mind on him, and this would be enough. If you give me another week where I control Oklahoma Sooner fans, you will be back in the good graces of the mullet. You can take all those bets to betus.com. Use our promo code Sportsocracy. Get a 125% deposit match on your initial investment and up to 30 risk-free wagers. They just give it to you. Like, here you go. We put these shekels wherever you want to put it, and you get all that just for using our promo code Sportsocracy at betus.com.
It is the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville Daily Draft coming up next after the top of the hour. Where to go this weekend in the football world.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Cloudy, breezy, and much cooler out there today with a chance of showers, highs in the upper part of the 50s. Cloudy tonight, slight chance of showers, mid-40s. Our weekend forecast, cloudy and cool Saturday, slight chance of showers during the day, highs in the middle to upper 50s. Better rain chances, though, as we head through Saturday night and Sunday. It'll be colder Sunday to finish the weekend. High temperature Sunday afternoon, low part of the 50s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
Hey, what do you want for the holidays?
Ooh, how about new boots? Or a popcorn machine? A sports car, the kind with the cool doors? A trip to Ibiza? Sushi chef? Robot butler?
Skip the guessing game and give a gift that could make any dream come true. With over $85 million in total prizes, new holiday scratch-offs from the North Carolina Education Lottery are on everyone's wish list.
Ship in a bottle, Moose Muss Cologne, couples trampoline?
Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.06 to 9.95. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Join the Asheville Symphony Saturday, November 18th for an all-American concert featuring Copeland's Lincoln Portrait with narrator Brian Terrell Clark, known best as Hamilton's George Washington on Broadway, the newly commissioned Cold Mountain Suite by Jennifer Higdon, and more. Don't miss the third Masterworks concert, American Portraits, Saturday, November 18th, 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Tickets on sale now at AshevilleSymphony.org, by phone at 828-254-7046, or at the Asheville Symphony box office at 27 College Place.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
'Tis the season when you're in the mood for holiday music. Listen live with the iHeartRadio app and on your radio.
97.7 The Brew is Asheville's Christmas station. Brought to you by Balkan Roofing and Ingles Markets.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.
Are you ready to take your financial well-being to the peak of excellence? Hey everybody, it's Chris Angel from Mountain Credit Union. Summit Personal Checking is a high-dividend checking account designed to elevate your financial goals to unprecedented heights. Prepare for a financial experience that combines exceptional benefits, competitive returns, and unparalleled convenience, all in one powerful account. Rates subject to change, restrictions apply. Visit mountaincu.org or stop by any of our local branches to learn more about this limited-time offer from your local credit union. At Mountain Credit Union, we're here for you because we're here with you.
This week in the Buncombe County Game of the Week, it's week 2 of the high school football playoffs, and we've got a great matchup for you. 10-1 Kings Mountain is coming up the mountain to take on 8-3 AC Reynolds. The Rockets are coming off a 45-0 win over North Gaston. The Mountaineers' only loss is to undefeated Crest. We'll get this great matchup started with Sports Tank Friday at 6 o'clock. The Bojangles Countdown to Kickoff show is at 6:30 with a kickoff at 7. The best high school football coverage is on News Radio 570, WWNC, and ESPN Asheville.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. That's money. Enter it now.
Log on now to ESPNAVL.com.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingles Studio.
Back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Sportsocracy heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, and we're seen everywhere on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel. That way you can join us in the chat. Get your thoughts in on all the topics of the day, plus you can vote in the polls. We're going through all of the games, picking them by the spread. The house did very, very well last week. 11-3 on the picks last week. So your chance just to show that you're better at picking games than me and Jeremy again this week.
And $1 US will get you a Coke.
Indeed.
Unless you go to betus.com, use our promo code Sportsocracy, then it could get you a whole bunch of shekels.
Yeah, bragging rights.
And doll hairs.
That's what it's all about, right? Kevin, the PRF, he wanted to know Tank versus Jeremy, who would win the 1 mile race?
Anything athletic will be me.
I don't know. I feel like maybe we should put this to the test.
I'm not putting on a onesie for any reason because I'm not a child.
No, we should make this happen.
B, the only way I'm running a mile is if there is something I really want at the other end. Same way of if you see me running, you should look behind me because there's either a bear or a Democrat chasing me, and I don't want to listen to what you have to say.
Running from Democrats,
because some of them wear me out. Some Republicans wear me out, but.
Just don't want the crazy on me.
If you're wanting to talk politics, I'm just going to run away from you at full speed. Or if you're trying to convince me of something.
Yeah, safe thing to do. No doubt about it. Top of the third hour of the program here on a
Football Friday. Oh, my. How do you drink these stupid protein shakes? Like, I don't like I've never had a glass of chocolate milk my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the reason that I've never had that is because they taste like protein shakes.
Well, it's the phlegm that gets built up from the viscosity of the protein shake.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's just, ugh. I love milk. I hate chocolate.
Which is weird. You want to try it again? It's a
Football Friday.
All right, that was better.
Had to clear my throat.
That was much better. And as we do on the third hour of the Football Friday, it's time for the Daily Draft, and it's always where we gonna be this weekend for football. Jeremy, I believe you won yesterday's draft, yesterday's Daily Draft, where we were picking upsets for the weekend. And so I think you should have the first pick.
Oh, that's a nice way of going, hey, I don't want to pick, I want two games because there's a bunch that are good. At least that's usually why I say it. Okay, I mean, I'll take the one that's the most abundantly obvious. Michigan, Penn State.
Okay.
I don't know how much of a game that will be. I do know that it's going to be an unmitigated circus. With all the Connor Stallion stuff, according to Heather Dinich, there is something coming down with Jim Harbaugh this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what it is. But saying this at 2:05 Eastern, it is real easy for me to go, this is going to be a circus.
There's no way it can be anything other than that.
Nope.
This is a top 10 matchup, college football playoff implications on the line for Michigan. They've been accused of cheating for the last 2 years where they've only lost, 3 games? All of this changed in the last 2 years, where they went from the team that was getting beat every year to, wait a minute, you've been in the college football playoff the last 2 years. What helped you? There's a little common point on the timeline here that makes us wonder why you're winning so much. This has gotten insane.
Oh, no doubt.
This has gotten insane, and it's only going to get worse.
Well, the sign-stealing thing has become Hurricane Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I put this rock in front of the house, and there hasn't been a hurricane. They started stealing signs and started winning.
Yep.
Well, yeah, they also got really, really good. So, common sense ain't common sense. After today, can we put Harbaugh on conversation probation? It's funny you said that because we actually said that before the show.
Yeah, before the show, Jeremy said conversation probation for Jim Harbaugh until something happens. Absolutely.
I'm not sure that I don't even care after it happens.
No, I mean they're depending on what the punishment is, it'll be worth a discussion. But until we know what that is,
or I can give you a sweeping declaration right now: if he's punished in any way that involves him missing games, you're basically just opening the door for him to go to the Chargers. And there's my analysis.
Yep.
I don't really care what the punishment is.
Indeed. My first pick for the weekend, I'm glad you left me one of the college football and playoff matchups because I'll take number 2 Georgia in Athens, hosting number 9 Ole Miss. Georgia they're doing the thing that I expected that they would do. We had our questions about them early in the season. They're playing cat and mouse games with these teams that they should just be beating the brakes off of. And every time they get into a matchup that, at least so far, every matchup that they've had that's been the toughest matchup of the year, they've handled it pretty well. And they'll continue to do so against Ole Miss.
Missouri was a legit game.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying it wasn't. You were facing a top 12 team. I mean, you got to be pretty special not to face a game against a top 12 team. I mean, I give you that. But it was never really in doubt for me as to who was going to win that game.
Oh, you should have had some. If we keep messing around here, we're going to lose. Mm-hmm. And then he throws an interception. You score pretty quickly. And, hey, now we can say we never worried.
I mean, it's pretty concerning, the offense disappearing at the end of the games where you had to settle for field goals. It's a little concerning. And you're not going to be able to settle for field goals in this one, I don't think.
Rob Johnson in the YouTube comment said, Ole Miss is better than Missouri, and I tend to agree with
you. Yes, they are. But it keeps going step up, right? Every week there's a step up here. You went from the Kentucky game was the toughest, and then last week Missouri was the toughest. Now Ole Miss is the toughest. You make it through this game, your next toughest is going to be Alabama in the championship.
Well, you got to go to Rocky Top next week. So
yeah. I mean, that's a danger zone. It's a danger zone.
Do you know the games you've played on the road so far this year?
Mm-hmm.
Vanderbilt and Auburn, end of message, repeat the line. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do not overlook that Rocky Top game. No matter what happens this week, I don't especially, good Lord, if they beat Missouri. The amount of I don't want to say delusional, but I kind of do.
Oh, yeah.
Will be through the roof, which means that place will be insanely loud.
Yes, it will. I'm not writing it off. I'm just saying that's not the biggest. That's not the. I don't see that as a bigger challenge than Ole Miss.
It is because it's in Georgia.
All right.
Yeah,
it's on the road. Yeah.
Yeah, you're at home for this one, that's why I didn't take it one.
Okay.
Because there is a path that you just boat race them. They can't score because the defense is so good, and they don't serve to be a ton of opposition for you.
It's going to depend on, I think, always how well you can run the ball. Georgia seems to do that pretty well with Dejon Edwards. I told you several weeks ago that guy's going to be he'll be a dude by the end of the season, and here we are. He is. I'm gonna have to take top game to me anyway in the NFL with my second pick, and I will be going to Jacksonville to see the San Francisco 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars, because I don't feel like either way we're really going to end up losers out of that game.
Either way.
I think it's going to give us exactly what we want on either side. It'll be a highly contested game, very close, very dramatic, and it's got a lot of appeal for the for the rest of the season.
This will be the most meaningless game in terms of the grander picture. That's not meaningless about how we all feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Jacksonville comes in here and does what they can do, I shouldn't say that what I think they will, because I think this game will be reasonably close. If they come in here and just boat race San Francisco and that defense still looks bad, you're going to see a lot of gnashing of teeth, a lot of Steve Wilks has to go, because they're both coming out of a bye. If either one of these teams had not been off last week, I would have taken the one that was. But they both were. So you get the bye week bump. You both have good coaches. I just fall back to who's got the better quarterback, who's got the better coach, and who's at home.
Yep. Jacksonville's got all three.
It's a formidable selection by you. But you actually left the best game of the weekend in the NFL, and I'm going to happily take it. I will be M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Because this could be a seismic shift in the way we look at the NFL. I don't think there's a path to Cleveland winning convincingly, but let's say the defense comes in and just makes Baltimore look goofy, which outside of 2 games they've done to practically every team they've played. Is that not going to just aggressively change how you feel about Cleveland?
No.
That's insane to me.
No, it won't.
They come in and just impose their will on Baltimore in their place, and you're not going to change how you feel about Cleveland.
No, because they're still, to me, they will still be a good team that's going to be behind everybody else, and I'll feel much like about them that I do the New York Jets. Of you got a great defense, and if your defense plays well, you can beat anybody. But your offense is still lacking, and so I'm going to feel like you can lose any game as well.
You say something about once a day that I just go, that is the craziest thing you've ever said, and then the next day you go further.
Why?
Because Baltimore, according to both of us, is the best team in the NFL. This is in their house. Baltimore comes in here and wins, and it doesn't change anything for you? That's insane to me.
Yeah, no, it doesn't, because everybody loses.
See,
games.
to me, that just means that you have a preconceived notion about Cleveland, and there's nothing they can do to change it.
You need to play offense. You need to show me that I need Deshaun Watson to come out here and be really efficient, throw for 250 yards, and make me feel comfortable that you can move the ball. You can do that against Baltimore, then I think you can probably do that against anybody.
But I mean, that's kind of my point. I don't really care how you win. This is the team this is the hottest team in the NFL. This is a team with a really good defense. The offense has been electric. If you come in here on the road, it is really hard to win, especially in division on the road. Cleveland comes in here and wins this. I don't see how you can just put your fingers in your ears just because, they only had 250 yards of offense. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the league. But if you can do enough to win, that to me, that would put Cleveland in the top 8 of the NFL, and I don't care what happens in front of them.
Okay.
Because that defense is real, real good.
Yes, it is.
And I'm still going to maintain there should be votes for Jim Schwartz as good coach of the year.
But no, I mean, if you pay them back, they already got you, right? Earlier in the season, they beat the crap out of you. In your own place. That was a long time
Baltimore's
ago.
not the same team they were earlier this year, and I don't think Cleveland is either.
Okay. And that's absolutely fair. They come out and they go 27-0 like they did against Arizona against Baltimore. Yeah, it'll make me feel a certain way.
Yeah, that's not.
But
that's not in the cards.
No, it's not in the cards. And everybody loses, right? Everybody's got to lose games, and I figured you'd lose one of these anyway. So no, it's not going to make me feel like Cleveland is like taking their place at the top of the hill.
That's not what I said.
I know.
I said change the way you view them.
Yeah. No, not really. But I already believe in them to a certain point.
Do you, though?
Yeah, I do. I believe they're a really good defense, and I believe that their offense struggles. They could run the ball down your throat. I don't doubt that they can beat good teams, but it's all about doing that consistently. And without, to me, a dynamic offense with a quarterback that's actually good, I'm going to feel a little bit less about you. You're in the Sportsocracy. It's ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. Daily Draft will continue next.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
OMG, hot and crisp nacho fries are back, and there's even even more fries to love now at Taco Bell. But it's now or never. Yeah, these fries covered in bold Mexican spices with nacho cheese sauce are only here for a limited time at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last.
Pain in your knees, shoulders, hip, or back that won't go away? Check out QC Kinetics for long-lasting relief. No surgery, drugs, or downtime. QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. With locations in Asheville and Greenville.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer. And some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate Razor. While others need a Gillette Anti-Chafe Stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get, down there. Buy now.
This week at Target, you'll find different early Black Friday deals. Get fun deals on the latest tech, toys, and video games. Plus smart deals on small appliances, floor care, and so much more. At Target, you'll discover different early Black Friday deals each week. And get what you need for the holidays fast with free drive up or score free shipping when you spend $35 or use your red card at Target.com. Get low prices and early Black Friday deals only at Target. Exclusions apply.
Protect your engine better with Syntec Full Synthetic High Mileage Motor Oil, only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec High Mileage is formulated for today's engines with over 75,000 miles. Now get 5 quarts of Syntec High Mileage and a MicroGuard Select oil filter for just $34.99. Limits apply. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
All across the Tar Heel State, this is Carolina football.
Stepping through a tackle and stepping to the end zone. It is pouring points in Chapel Hill. Holy cow, Carolina's going to win!
It's the battle for the victory bell against the Duke Blue Devils. Pre-game coverage starts at 7, kickoff at 8 on your home for Carolina football.
Asheville's home for the Tar Heels is ESPN Asheville.
The Sportsocracy.
Pull up your pants, take off the bra, and be a man!
We're back in the Sportsocracy in the midst of the daily draft. Where are you going this weekend? Where are the best games around the football world? Michigan Penn State was the number one choice by Jeremy Greene. That gave me Georgia Mississippi, and then San Francisco Jacksonville. And then he took the other NFL game of the week, which was the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns.
And now I'm going to take the only other NFL game of note, which is the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Should have known that was coming.
And the NFL's dead.
Is it?
Oh, this is a horrific slate of NFL games.
It's not the greatest. You got a lot of games that are going to get out of control, or at least have the ability to get out of control.
And
then you got some
I
other
don't agree with you there.
Really?
No. I don't see a lot of blowouts. I see a lot of exactly what the 1 o'clock slate last week was, where you get to about 3:30 and just go, I should have taken a nap because this sucks. Like I haven't seen anything worth watching in an extended period of time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're married to somebody that really doesn't like football, this is probably not the worst weekend to go, hey, you want to go look at some leaves?
They're gone. You missed that.
Whatever people do. I don't know what people do.
That window's closed. Most of the leaves are down now. You don't have much to look at.
There's a lot of them in our parking lot. I know that much.
That's right. They've all fallen off the trees.
Yeah, I just
Mm-hmm.
The slate's so bad. But I am interested in Bengals Texans. That has the potential to be the game of the week.
It does.
If there was a way to bet what is the best game of the week, one of the two of us has it. Because I can't see another one of these being Bucks Falcons, not Falcons, Texans.
No, Bucks Titans.
No.
Oh, Bucks
I can't
Texans
see
from
it
last
being
week.
Bucks Texans from last week.
Yeah. I don't know. That Bucks Titans game's got the potential to be right there.
I don't.
Just like it was last week.
I don't see it.
Really?
No.
Tennessee doesn't have the secondary, and neither does Tampa. There you go.
I mean, so two horrific defenses. That's not going to send me. That's two mediocre teams. I mean, Will Levis could do something special.
But would you not have won? I mean, knowing what you know now, would you not have taken that game last week?
Oh, I watched the majority of it.
Mm-hmm.
C.J. Stroud's also did something special that nobody's ever done before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a path that Will Levis is going to come in here and throw for 470.
Don't know. Really don't know. That's how bad that Todd Bowles defense can actually be.
Oh, it's horrific. I've watched as much Bucks football as I want to. 1 week was enough for me.
Yeah. No, I'm not taking it. I was just saying there's a chance that it could end up being something similar. All right, since you took the last good NFL matchup of the weekend, I'll go back to the college game, and I'll take Tennessee, Missouri. I took this yesterday in the same spot as one of the upsets that could happen this week. It's a very close line, and they're very close in the in the rankings. But I think that's what makes it great. That's what makes this possibility to be a good game. To me, I think Missouri can come out here and out-tough the Tennessee Volunteers. We'll see.
Tennessee, Missouri. I have a dedicated lean on this game, and I will disclose that at the end of the hour in the final set of bangers. All dogs.
Yep.
All dogs.
Yep.
No favorites.
Yep.
It's not what we do here.
But how entertaining do you think that game's going to be?
Styles make fights, and I don't know that either one of those teams is really a lot of fun to watch. I also could see Luther Burden just annihilating Tennessee. One of these teams is actually good, and one of them is fictitious, and I think this game will tell us which one is which.
Okay. That seems fair. Then I'm going rivalry game. You're going to hear it right here on ESPN Asheville this weekend, tomorrow. Tomorrow night, battle for the victory bell, the Duke Blue Devils, North Carolina Tar Heels.
And that is where you lost this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they played that game in our parking lot, I would go out the front door. Ugh. Backup quarterback for Duke against that North Carolina defense. And Drake May against what's probably the best defense they've played all year.
Mm-hmm. I heard nothing there that turns me off of this game.
How this game...
That is 24-21, ends in a thriller. I'll be there.
How this game has... I don't know how Duke scores 21 points. I really don't.
Against that Carolina defense?
I don't care. They can't throw.
That doesn't matter.
You put 11 dudes in the box.
I can run for 280 yards on that defense. Not me personally, but you know what I mean. Like
you couldn't run for 280 yards on air. But I guess I look at Carolina and go, Gene Chizik did win a national title at one point, and I'm not scared of any of your receivers. I am in no way scared of your quarterback. So I'm going to stack the box, and I'm going to dare you to run on me.
Yep.
And if they do, then it just tells you Carolina's even worse than we think they are defensively.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be honest with you, we could have done 20 rounds of this. I don't think I would have ever taken that.
Jeez. I can't wait to hear what you had ahead of it.
Florida State, Miami is not close.
Okay.
You laugh at that. One of them's 6-3, one of them's 9-0.
Mm-hmm. Miami's not good. And I don't know. I mean, is it just because of the rivalry that you think that this is going to be a close one?
Well, the rivalry will keep it closer.
Mm-hmm.
Miami should be 7-2 if Mario Cristobal had an IQ above salad dressing.
Yeah, which he doesn't.
Last week was really bad, but it is unwinding a lot of. You remember this team beat Texas A&M to death, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beat Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
Had a sweet little shootout with North Carolina. This team's not as bad as everybody's making them out to be.
Okay.
They've had some really bad lows. Georgia Tech was a super bad low. Last week at home against that was in Raleigh.
That was in Raleigh.
At NC State.
Yes.
That was a really low. But Florida State's not blowing the doors off this team. They're not going to do it. I've watched every down of Florida State football this year. I know this rivalry inside and out, and Florida State is not going to blow them out. This will be a game, and I think Florida State will win it, but they have to have one of those epic fourth quarters written all over it.
thought you were head and shoulders above everybody in the ACC, though.
They are. But you mix the rivalry with the chance to ruin your season. That's all Miami's playing for now. Mm-hmm. There is nothing that can make this a successful season outside of beating Florida State, which means not only are you going to get their best shot, you're going to get their best shot with some anger behind it. And I really do think that's going to be one of those games that I am on pins and needles at about 6:30 just going, are we really going to let Miami ruin it for us?
Okay.
And then if, let's say they do beat Florida State, then next week at home against Louisville, they will get their brains bashed out of their head to make it look even worse for Florida State, because that's I just have an impending doom feeling that I can't really put my thumb on. But Florida State's a better team, but the rivalry is it's still there.
It's worth it. Okay. Because I looked at that and I went, I'm not going to be shocked if Florida State walks away winning by 24.
I will be super happy if they do, but I don't buy it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going late hammer. I got USC Oregon.
Okay. That was one that I had thought about.
Fired coach bump. Alex Grinch is the sacrificial lamb. I'm not saying that the defense is going to be good or anything like that. I just think you're going to see an energy through USC of, hey, we're not some pushover. They don't like Oregon. I don't know that I want to say that this is a rivalry per se, especially with how many other games you have this week that really are.
Mm-hmm.
But just to throw this baby out with the bathwater because USC's lost to the three best teams in this conference outside of Oregon in the last handful of weeks. They lost to Notre Dame, Utah, and Washington. They're not a bad team. And this is the one I keep looking at going, somebody's going to lose this week. And it's either Florida State or Oregon to me because I don't see a path of the others losing.
And you just maintain somebody's going to lose every week.
That's the way it's been all year. Somebody that was either in the discussion or right on the periphery has lost every single week.
Right.
And I have no reason to believe it won't happen again with 3 weeks left in the season.
Well, I hope it's not your team in that scenario. USC Oregon was another one that I looked at, and I went, you know what? I'm not going to be surprised if that's a 3-touchdown game. Oregon's got a defense.
That's possible.
USC does not.
It's entirely possible that it is.
I can fully see this game ending up 42-21, and it's just never close. But again, what do I know? Final selection.
That is a risk, which is why I took it with my last pick.
Yes. Final selection here. Hell, you know what? I'll do the same thing I did in yesterday's draft. Because there might be a chance that Michael Penix has a bad game against Utah. The defense does enough to make it look good, and at least Utah could cover. I don't think Washington's going to lose, but that is a top 20 game that at least means something. Because the rest of the slate I look at and I go, okay, none of these really matter.
Oh, I would say I would have had Florida LSU. No. Styles make fights. And to me, the reason that – and I looked at Washington and Utah, but if that game's close, it means it's a big old gross fest because there is no path that Utah scores a lot of points.
Absolutely.
They are awful offensively.
Right.
And so that 15-8 Washington game from a few weeks ago, who was that with, Arizona State?
That was with Arizona State, yes.
Was it Arizona State or Arizona?
I think it was.
It was one of the Arizona schools.
I think it was State.
I'm good. I have no desire to watch that. And so to me, in that, you either catch a blowout or you catch something that is broccoli. And I'm out.
Yeah, it was Arizona State. 15-7 was the final score.
Ugh.
That one came out of left field, so maybe a close one in this one can come out of left field. Did you have any others on your honorable mentions list?
West Virginia, Oklahoma was on my honorable mentions list. And Alabama, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
I still am not fully buying into Alabama. And Kentucky at home with that defense, this is a noon kick. If they're going to get trapped, it's this week. Because you're certainly not getting trapped by Auburn. And that's your biggest rival. And I don't feel like what I'm getting ready to say is real spicy. I don't think you're getting trapped by UT Chattanooga either.
You never know. Never know. Anything can happen in football. You're in the sports.
I don't think it can.
You're in the Sportsocracy. ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. Most important message of the day coming up next. Plus the rest of the picks for Week 10 in the NFL.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Cloudy, breezy, and much cooler out there today with a chance of showers, highs in the upper part of the 50s. Cloudy tonight, slight chance of showers, mid-40s. Our weekend forecast, cloudy and cool Saturday, slight chance of showers during the day, highs in the middle to upper 50s. Better rain chances, though, as we head through Saturday night and Sunday. It'll be colder Sunday to finish the weekend. High temperature Sunday afternoon, the low part of the 50s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell.
At Marion Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, we value our community and customers in Western North Carolina. This fall, save up to 15% off MSRP on select vehicles at Marion Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Stop by today.
At the North Carolina Education Lottery, we love to celebrate winners. So I hired a town crier to announce Pick 3, Pick 4, and Cash 5 winners.
Hear ye, hear ye. But there are thousands of winners every day.
Oyez, oyez, oyez.
I may not have thought this through.
A proclamation of jubilant accord. Who gave him a bell?
Daily draw games. What will you do with your win? Must be 18 to play. See Pick 3, Pick 4, and Cash 5 prize and odds charts at nclottery.com for details. Problem Gambling Helpline, 877-718-5543.
Tired of a job with no spark? Then join Emery Electric, the Southeast's premier electrical contractor. Competitive pay, a supportive team, and career growth await. Power up your career. Visit EmeryElectric.com/careers. That's EMORY electric.com.
What I was told was bone on bone. I was going to have knee replacement, and I do not like surgery.
Desperate to avoid surgery, Julie decided to check out QC Kinetics non-surgical regenerative treatments.
My daughter actually works in a Chapel Hill, North Carolina lab, and I sent her all of the information that I was given, and she's like, "Oh, Mom, this is for you. I've heard great things about this." She's like, "You need to try it before ever doing surgery."
Julie started the QC Kinetics natural biologic treatments right in the office, using her own healing properties to help restore her damaged tissue.
I know, my daughter was right. Yeah, it's nice when you've got that person you can go to who might have a little bit more information, especially on the science of it. QC Kinetics, it's life-changing.
Find out if you're a good candidate. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
The Asheville Championship returns to Harrah's Cherokee Center in Asheville November 10th and 12th. This year's field is the best yet. The Clemson Tigers, Maryland Terrapins, Davidson Wildcats, and the Blazers of UAB. 4 exciting matchups with a champion to be crowned at one of the premier early season tournaments in college basketball. For more information and to get your tickets, go to AshevilleChampionship.com. That's AshevilleChampionship.com. It all starts in Asheville November 10th and 12th. Proudly sponsored by Ingles Markets. We are back in the Sportsocracy, and it is time for the most important message of the day.
Don't do crimes!
And for the crimes segment, let's go to Alabama, where crimes have been committed. Police were called the other day out to a Piggly Wiggly on Navco Road.
I'm big on the pig.
Mm-hmm.
That's just their catchphrase. I've actually never stepped foot in a Piggly Wiggly. I only go to Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Navco Road in Mobile on Wednesday. That's where police got called to at the Piggly Wiggly when a man stole a vehicle. Call came in about 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday, and witnesses advised that a man had driven away with the vehicle. And officers needed to hurry before he absconded. Here's the problem, though. Officers showed up. Didn't take them too long to find the guy, because the vehicle that he stole was the electronic shopping cart from the store that does a top speed of 2.5 miles per hour. He's just tooling along. It's not said where he was going, but they assume he was going back home. His home address was only about a mile away from the Piggly Wiggly. So he just got tired and just went, I'm not walking home. Screw this. I'm taking this little battery-powered machine.
Which means he would have made it there in roughly 20 minutes.
Exactly. Good for you. Way to do math.
I math well. My story is from Orange County, California. It's about a woman who is described only as being in her 30s. She was at the Theo Lacey detention facility, and she spent a night in jail. Do you know what crime she did?
What's that?
She didn't do a crime.
Mm-hmm.
She was visiting an inmate at the Theo Lacey detention facility.
And got to stay overnight?
Yeah, and not in the way that you're hinting at. This was not a conjugal thing. To me, the most surprising part of this is that the state of California actually put anybody into a jail. I got stuck on that for a minute. The woman was visiting an inmate, and the inmate she wanted to see was unavailable when she showed up. And so she went to a visiting booth and waited. Well, at some point, she fell asleep, and they didn't clear the visiting booth.
No.
So she was asleep, and everything got locked down at 5 o'clock, and nobody discovered her until the next morning at 8. She was not allowed to take her cell phone in, because you're not, and no one was manning the security tower, so they didn't see her in the booth.
Mm-hmm.
I would be so angry when I got out of there.
I'd be doing crimes.
Oh, no doubt. She apparently did attempt to do crimes because she was immediately treated for a laceration to her hand, but she would not disclose how the cut was sustained.
She picked up one of them chairs, tried to bust that window out, and it bounced back and cut her hand, because I could 100% see me doing that. I am the clumsiest human on the planet.
Oh,
yeah. Can you try to imagine me trying to break out of a bulletproof case?
One of my favorite questions to ask Tank is, how do you not fall down more?
Mm-hmm.
Because he is, without a doubt, the clumsiest person I've ever met.
Yes.
Now, for me, if you lock me in a room like that, you better damn well hope that it's real secure, because I am super claustrophobic, and I don't like being in anything that I can't get out of. I can't ride an elevator more than like 12 floors before I go, nope, gotta get out, got to not be here anymore. Oh, I would be so angry. I'd be suing somebody.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm not a sue somebody guy.
Oh, yeah. This is my $40 million lawsuit. Pain and suffering. Made me spend a night in that's not even a holding cell. You got caught in the waiting room.
Yeah.
You got caught in a doctor's waiting room for 12 hours.
But they have a solution to the problem. Moving forward, they're going to put in an emergency phone. There you go. Let's go.
Beautiful.
Why'd you not have one of those in the first place?
Exactly. Good night. Maybe you should think about, hey, maybe somebody should go into that room before you lock it and go, everybody out? Okay, cool, let's go. It's not that hard to do.
Yeah, the guard that usually did that was in their safe space.
Oh.
My safe space.
Picking every game against the spread in the NFL. We do it each and every week. Week 10 in the NFL is here. We left off with the 4 o'clock slate of games, starting off with the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. The Atlanta Falcons are a 2-point favorite on the road.
This is only intriguing because of the Kyler Murray side.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Because these are two teams that, as of right now, are just going absolutely nowhere. Cardinals are actively trying to be the worst team in the league. And I'm not sure that I don't want to take Arizona here.
Really?
I don't believe in Arthur Smith at this point. Your maddening use of Bijan Robinson, how long it took you to tap out on Desmond Ridder, I'm just not sure he's a very good coach. And then his explanation on Bijan being, well, I don't really care about your fantasy teams. No, but you should care about the team that you're a coach of. And you're taking the ball out of your best player's hands to give it to Tyler Algier. Arthur Smith thinks he's the smartest guy in every room, and he is being shown and unveiled every single week. You know what? I'm doing it. Arizona Cardinals.
All right. Arizona plus the 2. I'll be on the other side with the Atlanta Falcons minus the 2 because you're right. The Arizona Cardinals do not want to win.
They don't want to win, but you do have to win a game every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Or do you? Or do you? Because the Carolina Panthers haven't.
Well, they don't have any talent, and they have a poor coach.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of like Jonathan Gannon, and so ask yourself the question that I ask every single time: who has the better quarterback? Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the better coach? Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Who's at home?
Arizona. Mm-hmm. I'm going with Atlanta minus the 2 because, like I said, Arizona doesn't want to win. And I can fully see the path where they do that thing that they've done in a few games already this year, where they have the lead, and then they go, oh, wait, yeah, we don't need this. And then they'll give it away at the end. Atlanta, I probably would have been on the Arizona side had this been a field goal or more, but here we are. Also at 4:05, weird, we have 2 4:05 starts this week.
That's common. It's usually 2 4:05 and 2 4:25.
Detroit and L.A. It's in Los Angeles, but that doesn't matter.
No,
because this
is going to be this stadium. SoFi will be filled with Detroit Lions fans.
That it will, and the Detroit Lions will beat the holy smokes out of the Los Angeles Chargers.
They're coming off a bye. They're the better team. I didn't think about this for 2 seconds.
Nope.
And frankly, the line to me is comically stupid.
Yes.
This is, you're overvaluing that the Chargers just beat the Jets 27-6. You're overvaluing it. You beat a bad team. Whoop-de-doo.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to go play a good team, and you're going to get unveiled because Brandon Staley is a horrifically bad coach. Lions, didn't think about it for a minute.
Yep.
House is with us.
Yep.
And they took Atlanta with you.
Okay. The Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. It's the largest spread I think I've ever seen on an NFL game.
It also can be the quickest evaluation ever. Dallas Cowboys, done.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito playing quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Seacrest out.
That offensive line against Micah Parsons. We could keep doing this.
You could tell me if I watched every second of this game, I could go on a date with all of the Spice Girls, and I would still go out. Out. Is there not like a clause in the NFL where we can just go, I'm good? No, like we don't have to play this game. Dallas Cowboys win.
No.
Don't need to get anybody hurt.
We've got to play it out. Dallas Cowboys minus 17 against the New York Giants, and you didn't even think about it.
Nope. One of the biggest spreads in NFL history, and didn't think about it for a minute.
Nope.
Because for New York to cover this, that has to mean the Dallas Cowboys score less than 17 points, because I physically cannot see a path that the Giants score a point in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Micah Parsons may have 14 sacks by himself. That god-awful offensive line, and you had to go back to Tommy DeVito. But you got Matt Barkley now. That's way better.
The first time these two teams played, it was 40-0. And I think it'll be something similar this time.
This time, the Giants should really hope for 40-0. Because this could be 60-0.
Yeah. That is a 4:25 start. The last 4:25 game of the week. The Washington Commanders are in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. The
Pass.
Seahawks are a my screen changed here. What's
6.5.
You got 6.5. All right, 6.5 point favorite are the Seattle Seahawks. And you're passing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fine. This is one that I didn't really think about all that long. Seattle minus the 6.5. Seattle's at home. They got the better coach. You don't have the better quarterback, but the other quarterback is very young, still figuring things out. I think the Seattle Seahawks will be able to put enough pressure on them, and they'll be able to do enough damage on the ground that this is gonna be a game where it's not gonna be a blowout. It'll look respectable. We'll have great things to say about Sam Howell when it's over, but in the end, Seattle wins by a full touchdown.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious how closely you can get this.
Okay.
In the last 2 years, how many times would the Seattle Seahawks have covered 6.5?
Oh, gosh. I don't know, 12.
It is 7.
Okay.
Here are the teams they would have done it against. In the 2023 season, the Arizona Cardinals, the New York Giants, and the Carolina Panthers. Last year, it would have been the Arizona Cardinals, the Chargers, that's respectable, the New York Giants, the Arizona Cardinals, and the New York Jets. At the end of the season, when they had sat everybody down and the defense was dead. Yeah, I'm good. I'm not laying 6.5 with Seattle ever, as long as Geno Smith is the starting quarterback, unless you're playing one of the bottom 5 teams in the league. Seahawks win this game. Washington covers. I honestly seriously considered taking this game with my last pick in the daily draft. I could see this one being really good.
Okay.
That Seattle defense is not as good as we're playing it out to be.
Okay. Sunday Night Football. New York Jets, Las Vegas Raiders. It's in Las Vegas.
It is.
And the Vegas Raiders are a 1-point favorite.
They are.
You want me to go first here?
Sure.
Okay. The Las Vegas Raiders, are they good at football?
No.
The New York Jets, are they good at football?
No.
No, they're not. That defense is real good. The offense is real not good for the Jets. I hate the Raiders. But I'll take them. I'll take the Raiders.
God, I'm so glad you did that. Jets, Jets. I changed my mind. Hey, ever happened to you? Happened to me. And this had to be explicitly said to me, and it got in my ear, it went into my brain, and I could not stop thinking about it. Aiden O'Connell against that defense. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big old problem. Because Devontae Adams is going to catch Sauce Gardner. Jeff Ulbrich basically came out and said, well, Sauce doesn't usually travel with a receiver, but he's probably going to here. And I don't like that matchup for the Raiders. I don't like the chances of them running. And I honestly, and I'm going to keep saying this until Nathaniel Hackett is smart enough to figure it out, you might give them a ball with no air in it, and I'm not so sure that matters this week. Because Max Crosby will kill Zach Wilson. Oh, because guess what? This is the Jets' 9th game?
Yes.
9th different offensive line combination they will have had because Billy Turner will be out this week because he broke his hand last week. Oh, who does that mean goes into the lineup? Who knows? The Jets don't know. How in the world am I supposed to know?
Right.
And I don't even kind of care. Because as soon as I started thinking about young quarterback that the one time I saw him play a real competent NFL defense fumbled, 4 or 5 times? Yeah, I can't unsee that. Give me the Jets.
All right.
It'll be a gross fest. Yep. I'll take the under for anything you want.
What's the number?
I don't care. I don't care if it's like an Iowa number and it's 28.5.
Oh, it's 36.5.
Under.
Hard.
First team to 10 wins, and it's the Jets.
Yep.
How do they do it? I don't know. Punt return and a safety, and they go for 2.
9-6 final.
This is the other thing that keeps rallying with me is, hey, Jeremy, how do you always bet? If you have a team that just did something that was completely out of their character, like the Raiders did, and you have a team that just played on primetime and put out a full grumper, what does that mean? It means the public narrative is like 2 ships passing in the night, so you're overvaluing one and undervaluing the other. Give me the Jets.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. You want to save the Monday game for?
We'll save it for Monday.
For Monday?
Yeah, because we got dogs to attend to.
That's right. We got bangers coming up next. The best season of the year is here.
Tailgate season.
Monster Brewing presents this season's MVP.
The Beast Unleashed.
With 4 bold, familiar flavors.
With 0 caffeine and 0 sugar.
Beast Unleashed is your new pregame ritual.
With white haze, mean green, peach perfect, and scary berries, there's a flavor for every fan. The Beast Unleashed.
6% alcohol by volume. Unleashed responsibly. Must be 21 or over. Beast Unleashed available at your local retailer.
Running a small business is no small task. At Home Trust Bank, we work hard to prepare businesses for whatever tomorrow may bring. Your dreams are our business, and we have local experts who can help you plan for a successful future. Dependable guidance you need and service you'll appreciate. At Home Trust Bank, we take your small business banking personally. Visit your local Home Trust branch or anytime at htb.com. Member FDIC.
Hey Clemson fans, the Tigers men's basketball team is coming to the Asheville Championship at the Harrah's-Cherokee Center, Asheville on November 10th and 12th, featuring the men's basketball teams from Maryland University, Davidson University, and University of Alabama, Birmingham. The Asheville Championship is such an incredible way to bring quality basketball to the fans of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Tickets on sale at AshevilleChampionship.com. Save your spot and cheer on your team at the Asheville Championship on November 10th and 12th.
Ever felt lost in the maze of health insurance options? Hummingbird Insurance, North Carolina's #1 rated health insurance agency, is here to help. Did you know most qualify for health insurance with $0 net premiums? Don't stress. Hummingbird Insurance is no cost and walks you through your options across insurance carriers. Understand your options now and be ready for 2024 enrollment. Visit hummingbirdins.com and schedule your free consultation. Hummingbird Insurance. Comparison shopping made easy.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
Haywood EMC, your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, is powering a brighter future for our community by offering college scholarships, education grants, athletic camps, and much more. Serving the rural residents of Western North Carolina with affordable, reliable, safe services and open communications for over 80 years. Learn all of the ways Haywood EMC is working in the community at haywoodemc.com/community.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Coffee's for closers only.
Get them the money.
Then when you get the money, you get the power. That watch costs more than your car. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
It's time for my favorite picks of the week. And, you know, this is one of those holy trinities where all of my favorite picks of the week are my favorite kind of pick of the week.
Underdog, 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 underdog.
Speed of lightning, roar of thunder. Boston College is a dog against Virginia Tech. Can you please explain that to me? Boston College has been a completely different team with Castellanos as their quarterback, and Virginia Tech on the road is not good. This is possibly the easiest pick I've ever had. Give me the Eagles in the money line. They went out right. USC's a 15.5-point dog at Oregon. I don't like USC. I really like Oregon. This is a public narrative going horribly the wrong way. I like the over a lot, and I think Caleb Williams will show a little bit of fight. If he doesn't, then we're going to have a very awkward conversation on Monday that he should not be the number one pick in this draft. And then I come to a bunch of schools that I have an affinity for. North Carolina Tar Heels. Yeah, They were affiliates. Not so fast, my friend. Give me the Duke Blue Devils plus the 14. That defense is for real. They're not going to be able to score, but I think this game will stay close. It's a rivalry game, and rivalry games tend to be closer. Carolina wins, but Duke keeps it close. Another school that's really close to here. Oh, Rocky Top. Not so fast, my friend. Give me Missouri outright. They're the better team, and they're at home. If this was on Rocky Top, I'd feel a little different, but it's not. And finally, my team. Your 2023 college football playoff champions, I hope, because I'm terrified of this game. I'm so scared of this. I saw the number. The number stinks, and I'm taking the U. I don't think you win, but I'm not going to be shocked if you do. Florida State lets teams hang way too close. This is one of the best teams they played all year, and the defense is good enough to confuse Jordan Travis into a bad interception like he had against Duke. Florida State wins, but give me Miami plus the 14.
That's it for us this week in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Enjoy the football, and we'll be back with you on Monday to recap it all.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Cloudy, breezy, and much cooler out there today with a chance of showers, highs in the upper part of the 50s. Cloudy tonight, slight chance of showers, mid-40s. Our weekend forecast, cloudy and cool Saturday, slight chance of showers during the day, highs in the middle to upper 50s. Better rain chances, though, as we head through Saturday night and Sunday. It'll be colder Sunday to finish the weekend. High temperatures Sunday afternoon, low part of the 50s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
If you or a loved one have been a victim of crime, the North Carolina Department of Public Safety Office of Victim Compensation Services provides programs to help you find peace of mind. We are here to help you apply for benefits that you may qualify for to recover from hardships such as lost wages and medical expenses. To learn more, visit ncdps.gov/4victims. That's ncdps.gov/4VICTIMS.
Have your outdoors and running water too with Luxury Lou, the tasteful solution to portable bathroom rentals. Family owned and local, Luxury Lou Rental provides modern bathrooms on the go with running water, AC and heating, flushable toilets, and elegant designs. Luxury Lou's are perfect for weddings, corporate events, remodels, and more. Don't leave your well-dressed guests to use a dirty porta-potty John.
Ew.
Turn to Asheville natives. Luxury Lou. Visit LuxuryLousRental.com.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your pocket. The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games. Touchdown! Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
From the Ingles Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeartRadio.